Man, how often do you get the intro song twice? What a special day. What a special day that is. Wow. What a day. We're starting strong, starting strong. It was so funny. Oh my gosh. Before I forget, Green Wonder and Iconic, thank you both for the subs. Green coming in for 33 months now. 33 months. Not staying long, had Cairo adjustment today, crashing out soon. I hope that the adjustment went well. I hope you feel better. I hope you get amazing rest. And thank you so much for the 33 months. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Iconic, thank you for the 7 months as well. I really appreciate it. Good morning to you. I hope that you're doing well. Wonderful to see you. Now let me run through here and make sure I got everyone. Green King, I see you as well. Hello. Oh, that's why I did the Green Wonder and the Green King. Hello to you both. Hope you're doing, oof indeed. Also, the Mind of Todd. What a pleasure to see you. I hope you're doing well. How dare you? I came all this way and then you crash. Good to see you. Hello. Hi. Hope you're doing well. This is why you don't let Grandpa play with the computer. Yeah, I know. Grandpa was struggling. I was like, I wonder if I can restart this without having to end stream. And so far it's working, but we'll see what happens. So remember to feed the hamster powering your PC. That may have been my error. That may have been it. So, also good night. Greeting to yes, days, good nights, hellos, indeed. Hi. That's what we do. I'll take that as an affirmative. I feel good. I'm glad you feel special. Green King's bringing the pasta in. Green Wonder, the joys of being old. Yeah. Tell me about it, man. Yeah, if I'm a grandpa, Green, what does that make you? Todd, you're at work? No! I mean, I'm sure you're doing good work, though, And clearly, you're incredibly focused on your work. You're not distracted by anything right now. Not doing anything that your employer would frown upon. You were zoned in. As the youth would say, you are locked in. Hey, I get, yeah, down with the hip. So, the computer came through in your time of greatest need. It's like the one time it's ever actually done that, so. You're ancient? No, Green, you're not ancient. Don't even think that. Is music gonna keep playing, or is that gonna mess up now? Hold on. Oh, okay, it's gonna play. Oh, terrifying. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the first Tuesday Talks of 2025. That's wild. I cannot believe it's 2020. I remember 2024 like it was just a few days ago. So, I mean, this is wild. Playing on your iPad. You're working 84-hour weeks? What are you doing? That's insane. 84-hour work week. Yeah, I'm down with the hip, as the folks say. Oh, I won't argue that you're not old. Don't worry. Not ancient, but old. We've both done our time, Green. We have earned old. The music title is called Hint of Lime, which is how I like my margarita. And also on my men. What? Todd, what? Just a hint of lemon to a hint of lime? I don't know. They both have a time and place, right? They both have a time and place. By the way, it is a Tuesday Talks, which means I've got a beverage here. So, whatever you all are having, cheers, be it soda, water, juice, milk, fizzy water. I don't know, whatever you like. I hope you're enjoying it. Cheers to all of you. Ooh, is it updating? Is the song name updating? It should be doing fine now. Oh, it's not updating. Why is it not updating? Crap. Ugh. Hold on. Look, one day I'll learn how to stream. Today is not that day. There we go. It should be updating now. But how's everyone doing? How was it? Because for some of you, I have not seen you since last year, right? Air quotes, the joke, the bit. How's everyone doing? How was your winter holiday season? How was your new year? Did you do anything amazing? You know, it's like, for example, right? Some of you are already going to roll your eyes because you're like, I've already heard this story, daspra. I did 2 weeks in the UK, had a phenomenal time. Spent the time, traveled over there, spent the time with my partner, and we sort of traveled the northern part of England. So like a lot of the rural coastal towns and stuff. Spent a ton of time up there, and then sort of more in the middle portion as well. Very like rural England focused, which was phenomenal. So many beautiful small towns and amazing food and shops and winter holiday, like Christmas style celebrations, right? It was such an amazing trip. And then I flew back in with my bag and like got in my car and drove directly to my parents' house and did another week there. So I was away from home for 3 weeks. I lived out of a suitcase for 3 weeks. I was so ready for whatever was next. Also, Proteus coming in with the raid. Welcome, Proteus. Welcome, Raiders. Proteus, please, I have to know, how was the combined Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask randomizer? I have never heard of that before, and it looked insane. I hope that it was going well, so. You wanted a hint of lime twice. That's fair. You know what? Every song we'll play twice today, Green. That's a good call. Good call. Stars and dust. Yeah, it's kind of like my head too, you know? We do what we do, Green King. We do what we do here. So. Yar! Raiders be here from Proteus Lagoon. Yar! Welcome. Also, little Dino Boy, good to see you again. I really hope that it was painful. I only have like 10% of the item checks. Yeah, it was, Cause you're having, like, the entrances are randomized, the locations. I saw you, like, you were in Majora's Mask, and you picked up a bomb bag, and it was like, bomb bag for Ocarina of Time. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's wild. Hey, Green Wonder, have a great night. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you again for the resub. I hope you feel better. Get a good night rest, all right? Get a really good night's rest. Yeah, I've been, not nowhere to the level of you, Proteus. I did an Ocarina of Time playthrough pretty recently, but it was like basically a vanilla run. No speed run, no, none of the randomization. And Majora's Mask is next on my stream after like the Tuesday talk and everything. But yeah. But I'll be checking out your VOD later to see how it went. Todd, don't say that. Don't say that. We've known each other for 7 years. That's wild. Dude, that's... Oh. That really is wild. There's no other way to describe that but just wild. Where did I put it all the way over there. Why did I put it all the way over there? Well... Back then we were clowns, and now we're old clowns. So we got that going for us. Got that going for us for sure. So. But yeah, after sorry, I got sidetracked there. I got all excited talking about randomizers and Legend of Zelda and all that. After the 2 weeks in the UK, I did a week with my family. So like I said, 3 weeks living out of a bag. I don't know if you all can imagine that, but probably some of you can. But after a while, like as a person who values a bit of stability in my day and stuff, after 3 weeks of traveling, I was like, okay, let's get back to my place and just take it easy for a few days. But now I'm back into the swing of work. So the past few days I've been streaming a little earlier than usual because I still had time off work, but now we're officially back in work mode. So streams are going to go back to like the 12:30 a.m. Eastern time, probably 2 to 3 days a week, more likely 2 days a week, to be honest. Tuesdays and Thursdays, if I had to guess. So, What's the difference between what, clown and old clown? Old clown's makeup is starting to run and looks a little crusty, you know? You know what I mean? It's subtle, but it's there. The bright colors are a little faded, you know? It's yeah. You see it. It takes a while, but you see it. Also, I need to click one more thing. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm out of practice over here. Let's do that. That might help a little bit with that little stuttering I'm getting. There we go. Do you mind me asking your favorite place in North England? So, I don't mind at all. Like I said, we did several coastal towns, but one in particular that really sort of captured my attention, it was a little town called Whitby. W-H-I-T-B-Y. Whitby. And I don't know, they had really decorated, they had like a Christmas market thing going on, and they had really decorated it up. You could see, so this side of England, right, looks back across to mainland Europe. So you kind of could see across the English Channel. The place that we stayed was like a waterfront place. So the window opened up to just the ocean. It was gorgeous. Couldn't have asked for better weather while we were there. And the town is just, it's sort of U-shaped. It comes in on either side of like an inlet for the ocean. And it's just gorgeous. The lights like twinkling at night. There's a lot of old history there. There's several like historic landmarks that you can go and visit. If you're into that sort of thing, there's a nice shopping scene. Great seafood, if that's your cup of tea. So, yeah, it was just a great time. Great time. I'll be honest. I really enjoyed it. I would go back. So, have you done any, Ike, since you posed that question, have you done any traveling through England? Yeah, seafood, Green King. That's so good. I have a friend in Scotland. Okay, yeah, you've been really close. I want to eventually move through there as well. I want to do I want to travel Wales, Scotland, Ireland. All of my time has really been, I say I traveled to the UK, but all of my time has been locked into England right now. So I'd like to do a little more time sort of traveling the rest of it. That's for a future trip though. And you have to save for a while before you can do a future trip, you know. You know how it is. Sydney, hello. Welcome. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. Also, Buff Werewolf Dragon Fireman, aka Buff Werewolf. Welcome back. Good to see you again. I hope that you had a lovely new year. Welcome to 2025. Only visited London Airport. Oh, yeah. What, was it Heathrow? Heathrow's huge. I get turned around every time I'm in Heathrow. The fish and chips, yes, they're so good. I came back and immediately purchased malt vinegar and salt, and I was like, all right, let me just do my best and see if I can recreate. And it's never the same, but you know, you try. Still experiencing the snowstorm. How much snow have you gotten now? Yesterday it was predicted, 8 inches or something? That's wild. Are you being safe? Are you hot? Maybe some hot cocoa, a nice blanket. You know, stay warm, stay safe. Not on the roads if they're iced over, that kind of thing. $10 Oh my gosh. Oh, I've never even seen 10 inches of snow in my life. I wouldn't know how to live there. I wouldn't know how to navigate. I would just be lost. I would just be walking around. No, I wouldn't walk because there's 10 inches of snow. I would just be trapped in my house. What do I do? I have a friend in Ireland, not sure where, haven't been able to talk to her much. Yeah, time zone differences are, they're really difficult to overcome. That's always a big challenge for me, especially with all my international friends. That coupled with the fact that I'm naturally nocturnal and have a night schedule, so I work nights and that sort of thing. It just throws wrenches in everything. My friend groups here, are all at the age where they have jobs, and they all have daytime jobs. So I'm, you know, asleep when they're at work. I'm working when they're doing their gaming. My online community, yeah, just man, scheduling. No one taught me when I was a kiddo that the biggest challenge to keeping my friends would just be scheduling. It's not like personality differences. It's not, you know, differing interests or growing apart. It's scheduling. Time. 5 inches of snow is the most you've seen? Yeah, I don't think I've seen much more than that either. It's, I can't even imagine. Like, that's almost a foot of snow. I have no idea. That would be like up to my waist. How do you navigate that? This has got a nice little piano to it. Yeah, this is nice. Being safe, roads are bad and icy. Job closed. Hey, that's good. You get to stay in. Supposed to stop around 7. Snowed all day Sunday and Monday. Wow. Yeah, well, I'm glad that work canceled. So, you know, I'm glad that you were able to just kind of stick it out, stay at home, enjoy that hot cocoa or maybe a hot apple cider, whatever it is folks are into. Coffee, I don't know, anything like that. Yeah, they need to teach more about scheduling in school, absolutely. We got 3 feet a couple years back where I live. Proteus, that is, like, I don't even, I have no concept of how to even navigate life at that point. 3 feet? Like, I joked about that would come up to my hip earlier. I'm 5'3", right? I'm 5'3" IRL, for real, 5'3". 3 feet, that is more than half my height. I would be like wading through the snow. How do you even do that? Does everyone just like hunker down and stay in place or are y'all like totally equipped to handle that and just life goes on in 3 feet of snow? You've seen mini feet? Yeah, I just, nah. Blankets and a hoodie, perfect. Snow angel, adorable. Stayed inside afterwards, good. That's the way to do it for sure. Drank plenty of hot chocolate and spaghetti for dinner. I'm a little jealous. Let's see. I'm gonna do my best with the name. I'm gonna try not to mess it up. Is it Selector Parks? Like Selector Parks? I hope I got that right. Thanks for the follow. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. We're talking about snow and trying to stay comfy and yeah, welcome. Meanwhile, I've had no snow, so yeah. I'm living vicariously through their snow. Got it right? Perfect. That's a rare treat when I get a name right. But yes, thank you so much for the follow and welcome. I hope you're... Used to follow you on an old account a year or so ago. Oh, well, welcome back. It's good to see you again. You don't have to share the account if you know. I know sometimes there's like privacy reasons why people switch accounts, so no pressure. You don't have to share what it was, you know. Just welcome back. Should have skied to school. I bet you could have. Life goes on, shovels and snowplows. Yeah, no. Geez, how's the bottom shelves? Hey, well stocked because people are too lazy to bend over. So, you know what? I get everything I need from down there. Oh, I thought you all knew that I was that short. Yeah, I'm quite short. Quite short. But it doesn't bother me at all. I kind of like being short. I get a lot of pity for it, you know? People see me reaching for, like, things on the top shelf and, like, oh, let me get that for you. I'm an adult, you know. Nah, I'm always like, thank you so much. That's really kind. Yeah, I can't imagine that kind of, I bet your hands were cold. Yeah, you just hold the mug with the hot chocolate to warm your fingers back up, you know? Y'all, I know we always end up talking food. I'm so sorry. But so one of the holiday gifts that I got from my parents, they know me pretty well and they always like to surprise me with gifts that I don't think I'm going to use, but then I do use. And like, they're good at it. Mom and dad are really great gift givers. They have a knack for it. And they got me an air fryer this year, which, like, I've always looked at them and been like, oh, that seems cool, but I've never purchased one. I have used it every day since they gave it to me. Today, I was at the grocery store getting some supplies, and there were these ribeye steaks on sale. They were like clearance because they were, they were like, oh, we got to get rid of it today, the sell by date, yada, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, perfect. I love a good sale. This is how you can tell I'm old. Love a good sale. But anyway, yeah, brought it back, just seasoned them really fast, threw them in the air fryer. So good. They cooked in 12 minutes. 12 minutes, and we had these delicious, medium rare, so good. I did some like broccoli and cauliflower with it, add some seasoned salt, a few other things, kind of, mix that up really good in the fry pan with a little avocado oil. Anyway, sorry, no, I had to brag. I'm still really happy from that really good meal earlier. You need help for the mid shelves, to be honest. Shub, how dare you? How dare you? You're not wrong, but you didn't have to point it out. Also, Octo, how's it going? Shub, good to see you too. I hope that you're both doing well. Next time I need something out of the crawl space, I got your back, Proteus. You get the top shelf for me, I'll get the crawl space for you. We'll call it even. Hey, Flo, how's it going? How was the travel? It was phenomenal. Happy New Year to you too, by the way. I had a great time. 2 weeks over in England, a week with my family after that, basically a month away from home. So I'm also glad to be back. But, I had a great time. Makes so much more sense why you have short avatars. Yeah, so I've tried being in really tall avatars in VR chat, and it feels weird when I'm like looking down at people. I don't like it. I like to have to look up, so I just keep doing that. But I think I've told you the story before about the one time I was in the grocery store and I asked for help. Do you remember this story? Flo, you caught a cold? No, how did you get... Oh yeah, I absolutely cleaned the house. I cleaned the house before I left, and then I cleaned it again when I got back. You don't know this story? Okay, some of you have heard the story, but it's fine. It's fine. It's one of my better stories. I have like two. This is one of the. So again, I'm 5'3". I'm very short. I don't know what that is metric. I'm sorry. I'm a very typical American. But anyway, I'm 5'3". So I'm very, very, very short. And one time I was at the grocery store and I really actually could not get something off the top shelf. It was kind of like, it was far to the back. And so it was past that point of like reaching on, like getting on your tippy toes and grabbing it. It was too far. And so this like really buff guy is walking by and I was like, hey, like, could you, and he was really tall too. I was like, could you help me get that? Like, I need that item off the shelf. And he was like, yeah, sure, no problem. And he comes over, I kid you not, he comes over, grabs me by the waist and lifts me. And I'm just sitting there like, and I grab the item and he sets me down. He's like, there you go. And he walks off. And I'm really flustered at this point because like, and I was like, oh. One of my two best stories. It was wild. Like, anyway. Can't imagine being that short. It's not bad. It's not bad. Also, Map, how's it going? Good to see you. I hope that you're doing well today. 160 centimeters for the peeps north of the border. Thanks, Proteus. Appreciate the spot equation work. I don't know. Math. Spot math. 5'4"? You're taller than me? Sydney, you got me beat. Yeah, I thought you'd heard this, Ike. I was like, I think Ike's heard this before, but yeah, it's an old story. I mean, how did you catch it? Were you near someone that had a cold? Were you dancing in the cold? Did you ingest cold? I don't know. Which one? Barbarian moment? That's exactly. I was absolutely, they just treated me like a child. They're like, there you go. What just happened? Yeah, okay, so Sydney, like 99% of the time, I also would not want that. Like, I'm not big on contact. I'm not like a really big touchy-feely person. I'm not huge on hugs with like people I don't know well. I reserve hugs for like friends and family, that sort of thing. I don't like to just like walk up and hug strangers. But this one time, there was like the right combination of, you know, helpfulness, physique, attitude. I was like, you know what? I'll let this happen today. I was in a particularly good mood that day anyway, so we'll just short spread egg, exactly. Dead average height? What do you mean your friends are monsters? And also, you say dead average. I bet you're still way taller than me. You get the short experience. That's fair. Yeah. Yeah, Flo, you're next to me. You're a giant. 5'8". No idea how I got it. I just have it now. See if you can take it to the Lost and Found and return it. Tell them you don't want it anymore. 6'1", Green King. Wow. Yeah, exactly, Sydney. I'm not huge on it, so I get that for sure. It was just one of those moments where it was so random. It was like, well, I guess this has just happened. I mean, there was definitely like a little like passive flirting back and forth, and then the moment was gone, and it was like, okay, this is fine. 5'10", yeah, giant. But you got a lot of friends over 6 feet. Man, I see. I can't imagine life like that. Like anywhere that tall is just, I just can't imagine it. Like, y'all, I seriously keep a step stool in my kitchen so I can get to the top of my cabinet. Not a joke. So I'm an old short person. They do exist. It's a New Year's gift for you? I accept, Flo. Thank you. I accept your gift. $5'8". Oh yeah, you kind of averaged out there, Brody. It's not bad, not bad. Hey, by the way, I'm going to mention it several times during stream today because this is the first talking, like the first Tuesday talks or just chatting, whatever, however you want to phrase it. First stream back since I've sort of made the change. So the old Discord server, there was no issues or anything, but it wasn't working the way that I wanted it to, so I have gotten rid of that one. It's gone. No one was blocked, banned, anything like that. I just deleted that server right before break. I just wanted to disconnect from the internet for a while, and so there is a new Discord server though. If you do !Discord in chat, it'll pop up the link if you're curious. It is entirely automated, so there are no interactive channels. So there's no like text channels, voice channels, nothing like that where you talk or anything. It is strictly for announcing stream. So there's a role that you can self-select into that'll ping you when I go live. I schedule streams on there, and then I also there's a separate role if you want to be pinged for VODs on YouTube. So just so folks are aware, that does exist. I know some people were saying that Twitch notifications aren't reliable for them, so I wanted to go ahead and put that other Discord server back. But like I said, I'm not going to be moderating it in real time. I'm not going to be watching text channels and none of that stuff. So it's just automated. But it is there because some folks were saying they really wanted it. So be aware, it's there. It's also in the information section down below wherever it lives. So tallest in your family? I could see that. At 6'1", yeah. I did just get over being sick before traveling. That's good, though. I was sick before traveling. I was healthy for traveling. And then I'll get sick again now. It all works out. Just sneezed on... Don't sneeze on me. Don't sneeze on me. I did not kick you out. I did not, Flo, but you do make me hungry a lot. You post all these amazing food images and stuff, and I'm just like, what in the world is that? It looks so good. But yeah, welcome to 2025. For folks who, we didn't do like a state of the stream address or any of that sort of stuff. I know that's kind of popular for people. They sort of talk about the plan and everything. I figured we'd do a little bit of that today, very informally, just in passing while we're streaming and here together. So just to give you an idea, sort of in the same vein as kind of trimming the fat on the Discord and stuff like that, removing removing most of the channel point redemptions right now. This year I'd like to just really take stream back to basics. And so I don't know if anyone like can relate to that or not, but sometimes you overcomplicate things and it makes you spend more time like managing and doing administration on something than you do just doing the thing that you were originally trying to do. And so I was spending so much time like trying to figure this and that out or whatever. And, on the back end where I was like, oh, no, I don't feel like streaming because I've worked on hollow redemptions or whatever. So I'm going to just kind of trim the fat, take streaming back to just the basics. I'm going to stream like games that I'm super interested in, things that I enjoy. We'll still do some of the chatting streams, but sometimes I may just play a game instead, right? And so the great example of that would be for the first part of this year, we were really focused on the Ocarina of Time recompiler, which if you haven't seen those yet, if you're an Ocarina of Time fan, you absolutely need to go check it out. It looks so good. It ran at 60 frames, HD texture packs, all that. It is phenomenal. So, and if you have questions about it, if anyone wants to know like anything, anything about it, let me know and I can get the information to you in some capacity. But this Thursday, we should be picking up Majora's Mask. So we just finished Ocarina of Time. I'm going to pick up Majora's Mask, same thing, in a recompiler, 60 frames, HD texture packs. It's all ready to go. I'm really excited. And we're just going to like kind of mess around and play some retro games, play some VR games, do some just chatting streams, and we're just going to have a good time. Like I'm going to be less focused on like scheduling and events, and those things are fun, but I only have a limited number of days to do stuff. And I don't want to like stretch myself so thin that I get worn out. And I know that you all know what I'm talking about. When you're working and you have family obligations and friends and, and then eventually you kind of wear yourself out and then you don't want to do anything. I don't want to get to that point. So. January 7th, you hit with a full blizzard. Absolutely. Sorry, I fell behind because I was running my mouth so much. Chicken soup is amazing. Mom's like 5'2", dad 6 feet. Yeah, so Green King, you ended up like, you got that extra inch in there somewhere. We're closer to 2030 than the 2019, and Das is still old. Wow. Thanks, Flo. Trimming the fat is one of the most relatable decisions. Yes. So yeah, that's the other thing. In the background, I'm still DMing 2 campaigns in D&D. I'm hoping to be a player at a table at some point soon. So I just have to be very cautious about my time and that sort of thing. Harvest Moon. I've never played a Harvest Moon game. I always wanted to as a kid as well. Maybe we'll try that at some point. It seems like me, etc., really interested in Nintendo games right now. Don't know where that interest is coming from. But yeah, I think we're going to spend a lot of time in there. So, like I said, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. I may then just do Wind Waker as well if I'm not like burnt out on Zelda. I don't know yet. Haven't decided. I know there's interest. Sydney's been encouraging, and I'm also interested in the new Zelda game. What is it, like Echoes of Wisdom or something, where you actually play as Zelda? Seems cool. I'd like to try that out. Really interested in the Mario Brothership. I don't remember the title, where you get to play as both. I'm also eyeballing the new remake of the Donkey Kong game that comes out in a few weeks, I think, ? Something like that. So Mario 64, yeah. I've never streamed that, but I'm also not very good at that, and like that's one of those games where like people are so practiced, where it would just be awful to watch me. Other than for like the comedy, it would be awful. So, Echoes of Wisdom for Christmas. You enjoying it, Octo? New Mario game? Yeah, exactly. Yep. Playing in 2, DMing 1, exact. Yeah, it is exact inversion. How long have you been DMing 1, Ike? I don't think I knew that. I knew you were playing it a couple, but I don't think I knew that you were DMing. I think last we talked, you were like writing a campaign or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering, but that's what I thought. Proteus, mode is terrifying. Oh, wait, yeah, Octo, that's right. I think we talked about that. Yep. You got the Nintendo eShop card instead. That's right, we mentioned that on another stream. I was like, I thought... Yeah, anyway. Yeah. Well, now you can get something that you do want, so that's a good thing. Doom Eternal? Since early October? Yeah, I don't know if we've caught up much since then, because my streaming kind of like petered out naturally towards the end of the year, so... Yeah, I was gonna say, there's a lot of love for Doom Eternal. I do know that. Heard good things about it. Haven't played it. I have so many games that are on my, like, I should play this list, and I just never get around to it. But right now I'm really, really into these recompilers. Like I said, the team that did it, that did Ocarina of Time, they also did Majora's Mask. They're working currently on Star Fox 64, so you have to have a legally obtained ROM. That's very important. They talk about that a lot. So once you have there's instructions on how to do that. You just Google it, you can figure it out. So, but once you have a legally obtained ROM, you can run this thing through the recompiler. So it's not emulation. So an emulator kind of like, I mean, it emulates the game, right? It sort of creates a program that runs the game within it so that it can play on your computer. I'm not tech savvy, but that's the basics. This recompiler, you're actually running like the core code of the game on your computer, is my understanding. So it's like a 1-to-1 instead. So it's kind of cool. I don't know. More tech savvy people can probably explain it better. But that means that you can go back and play it like widescreen, and you can make subtle adjustments. It also has built-in randomizer settings and things if you want to do that. Built-in item tracking where you don't have to track it yourself. Really cool. The music game that I used to play? Are you talking about Audica, the one with the guns, where I would shoot the targets? Yeah, I love that game. I want to stream some more of that as well this year. It's kind of harder to stream rhythm games now. You really have to be careful with the copyright strikes and all that. And now that I'm saving VODs and all that, I try to be a little more mindful of that. Back then, and see, maybe that's part of the problem. Back then, I was just like, I'm just here to stream and be silly, and now I'm like, uh-oh, if my channel gets a strike. So maybe I should just let go of that and stop worrying. I've done a couple of Beat Saber streams, but I like Audica way better. I'm better at Audica, but that also has to do with time commitment. I've put a lot more time into Audica. So Audica's, if you haven't played it, Audica's a lot like Beat Saber. It's Beat Saber with guns. So instead of, doing the swords and striking at the notes that are incoming at you, there's these notes that are kind of in the skybox. They come in as targets, and you have a gun in each hand, color coded to each hand, and you shoot. There's like point notes, and then there's sustain notes. There's chains. It's really cool. A lot of fun. Hit midterms, immediately started thinking about finals. D&D ended up more of a stress outlet than streaming. Compilers were super cool and unique. Yeah, I've been fascinated by them. I didn't know much about them before this, so it was nice being here, but I'm gonna head out to hang out with some friends. Might be back later, I don't know. Have a nice stream, and I will see you if I see you. Hey, Green King, thanks for stopping by. Enjoy your time with your friends, and we will see you next time. Yeah, have a good one. Yeah, I bet you were super excited for the capture card. Hopefully you get to do some cool stuff with that, Gonna pick up 2 more pieces of gear for my computer. Keyboard, desk mat. Oh yeah, a good mouse pad is so, like a good full desk mat, mouse pad kind of thing. Those are so nice. And like you said, don't cut quality there. You really want something nice so it'll last. Something that you can clean too goes a long way. So if if you have like baby's first spill like I always do, then you can clean it up. Hey, how's it going, Victor? Good to see you again. You know, Flo, it's funny that you mentioned that. There was a long time ago, I don't know who all was there for it, but a long time ago in one of the stream, like in a stream Discord, I actually like went live in the Discord in a voice channel, and I had the camera pointed like from my shoulders down so no one could see my face, and I did a Guitar Hero stream, and I actually like showed the live play. That was years ago though. I don't know who actually remembers it, but these songs have been pretty good tonight. They're a bridge between code that a human would write in assembly, which is going to be different from operating system to operating system, right? Yeah, I like I said, my knowledge of them is super limited, but I know that it allows for a lot more customization of the original game than just emulation. So it's been really cool. It's called Ship S-H-I-P of Harkinian, Harkinian. That's the one that I've been running for Ocarina of Time. So finally got out of work. Hey, now you get to relax. I'm well earned. Hopefully no one treated you poorly today, I hope. Hey Des, gotta get going for a little bit, but hopefully I'll catch you later on in the stream. Cheers. Proteus, thank you for stopping by. Take care of yourself. I hope that you have a good evening if I don't see you again. So take care. Try to avoid 3 feet of snow if you can help it. I still can't imagine. Oh yeah, Octo, I've been enjoying it. It's been so good. It's been so good. Let's see. Oh, Aerofox, welcome. And Raiders, hello. Welcome. I hope that y'all are doing well. Fox Raid, yes indeed. Hello, Collarboy Clay. Hope y'all are doing well. What were you streaming? Would y'all just wrap up? Customers were decent today. Glad to hear that. I know that's always a relief. I'm sure there's a way. Octo, if you check out their Discord, Ship of Harkinian's Discord, I guarantee you there's probably a walkthrough or a guide on it. So a nice VRC chill stream. Not bad, not bad. We're doing the same Tuesday talks, you know? So how long were you streaming for? Or do you do like 3 or 4 hours or 6? I don't know. What's your area, your timeline? Did I finally beat it? I sure did. Yep. So that was what, yesterday, 2 days ago? Time's weird. I can't remember. But yeah, we did so across 3 streams. I think it ended up being about 14 hours. So I mean, that's not in danger of winning any like speed run records or anything. But yeah, it was really fun. So all of it's up on the VODS channel. And then starting Thursday, we'll be doing Majora's Mask, the exact same thing. So it'll be run through the compiler, all that, so we can run it at 60 frames and widescreen, HD texture packs. It's all set up, ready to go. So I'm really excited. Minimum of 4 hours, 6.5 tonight. Longest is 37. What do you? Whoa. Did you sleep during that stream, or did you just? I couldn't run my mouth for 37 hours. I would run out of things to say. My voice would disappear. I have no idea how you do that. Mad respect. Mad respect. Sometimes 8 to 12. That's wild. I got no idea how you do it. Well, I know you've got stamina, that's for sure. Oh my gosh. Tuesday Talks, when we talk about anything and everything. That's not bad. Although sometimes it's a slippery slope, but true, we try to keep it relatively positive and enjoy each other's presence and input. Yeah, I don't think I could have said it better, Flo. We should do an all-day stream. I don't know if I'm cut out for that. Oh, I don't know if I'm cut out for that. I'm getting too old for that kind of thing. I get really grumpy if I don't get my food, if I don't get my sleep. I just, and then I'm old enough now that I don't recover overnight. It takes me several days to recover, so 37 hours straight. I just can't even imagine. Wow. I'm just a novice. I'm not skilled. I don't have what it takes. A compiler allows you to compile your code side by side or even integrate it with the game code itself. You're essentially mimicking the compiler behavior of the device itself. Yeah, I was like, man, this is going back to like some of those hardcore talks that we had. Yeah. This, like, I gotta read through this. Yeah, so I know that before they can use like these recompilers, that the game has to be the original game code has to be completely decompiled, and once that project is completed, then they can create these or like run them through a recompiler. I don't know like specifically why or the technology behind it, but I know that's like the big holdup for any game is getting the code completely decompiled. And like volunteers to sit down and try to do that, because I mean, clearly a game company is not gonna put that sort of thing out. And again, if you're doing any of this, you should own an original copy, copyright, blah blah blah. Comic book reviews for fun. I bet that'd be amazing to watch, Victor. Also, Panda, how's it going? Hello. Good to see you. How are you doing today? And make each other hungry. Yep, that's an important part. We do talk about food a lot. Oh, why'd the link break? Look at that. It did streams dot. Man. Stream elements. Come on. Gotta do better than that. Oh well. The link's also in the information sections down below, so if anyone's curious. No copyright law in the world is going to stop me. I don't know. They they get serious about it. I don't want to get struck down. Finally over the sickness. I know it had been sticking with you for a while. Hopefully the tea and stuff helped. It was all sweet tea though, right? Am I remember? Hopefully that helped too. I don't know, it feels like people get sick a lot more in the winter. I imagine that it has, partially just our immune systems are stressed a little harder in the winter, but also everyone tends to stay indoors more. And so we're in more confined spaces. And so therefore we are around other sick people more often because we're staying inside. Right? So it's easier for germs and things to spread about. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Don't listen to me, y'all. Leaf juice enjoyers. Drink coffee? Isn't that just bean juice? Everyone settle down, calm down. No, exactly. You got to cover your bases now. You've said the magic word, so. But yeah, I'm excited. We'll see what happens, but I'm definitely looking forward. I know the next, like I said, next streams are going to be Majora's Mask. We're going to work through that. That probably won't be as fast as my Ocarina of Time playthrough. I know Ocarina of Time better. So it'll probably take 3 or 4 streams to clear Majora's Mask. Again, not randomizing. We're not doing like a 100% playthrough. Nothing like that. We're just going to kind of enjoy the experience of playing it through this new way of appreciating it with the HD texture packs and widescreen format, 60 frames, that sort of thing. It's really quite interesting, and I'm just enjoying seeing these old classic games that bring me so much nostalgia, but with a facelift. It's nice. Really nice. So sleep at time. I do the same thing, Sydney. I need a lot of sleep when I'm sick. Blended, and it's a soup. Coffee's a soup. Beans. Ew. Bean smoothie. Ooh. Those are like nacho cheese Doritos. Nacho cheese. Bum bum bum. You know what? Let's switch it up a little bit. Just for fun. We haven't done it in a while. There we go. Now we've gone full pink. A lot of people don't even know I can do that. Hi. Just got my own Nanachi finished. Ooh. Tell me more. Tell me about this Nanachi. Or is it like super secret and you can't talk about it until you... Are you going to do like a big reveal? I don't know what... You know what? Nanachi, I know it's like an older... There's been a lot of like iterations of the base, but I know like it was one of the earlier avatars and people like had their time with it and then moved on. Man, it's just always stuck with me. I don't know why. I just love it. I also really like I like Made in Abyss, so that helped. Not a Dorito farm. I bet it's a pretty cool ranch. Flo. Nachos business. Mm-hmm. I imagine being able to read the code goes a long way there. Well, if you're emulating, you're usually, I think, trying to compile a code package alongside the game while hoping you're modifying the right thing. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I appreciate the effort you're putting into it. Like about half of that just went. But yes, I co-sign what you're saying. It's already out in the open. Oh, tell me about it. I'm curious. No, it's interesting and fun. I can't meaningfully contribute to the conversation because I have no idea. It's totally outside my skill set. Like if you want to ask about how to reach something on the bottom shelf, right? I got you. But if you want to talk about like an emulator versus a compiler, I'm useless. Spicy Doritos. Dang. Too hot for me. If it's not ranch or mayo, it's totally outside my area. Easier to show, that's fair. Well, I hope that when the product is done, you're very happy with it. And be careful. A lot of people, when they see you in a Nanachi, that if you're active on the VR chat scene, like outside of streaming, a lot of people, when they see a Nanachi, there's like a ton of preconceived notions about what you're into. So just be forewarned as you walk into lobbies. People got ideas that aren't always necessarily in line with, you know. The blue ones, yeah, the Cool Ranch are so good. Tried a new dish recently. Octo, please fill us in. What'd you try? Also, Bun Love, hello, welcome, and thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome, and welcome to the new year. I know we're a few days in, but hey, happy 2025. All white, okay. Black and blue hair. Red eyes, okay. I'm seeing it. Black paws, blue claws. I bet that's gonna look really good. I'm actually pretty excited for that. All white, black and blue. What length is your hair? Like I do like a full ponytail thing, you know. I like the long hair look. What length is yours gonna be? And like, are you doing like a swept thing? Or are you doing like, I don't know. Sorry, I'm getting like all focused on this now. I don't know. Sorry. You should make Bunny Das merch. No. I don't. I mean, maybe. I always say maybe. Really, for me, streaming is just like a silly thing that I do as a hobby. Like I have no delusions that I'll be living off of this one day or anything. Not that people who do think that are delusional, but like I would be delusional if I thought I could live off this. Like I cannot. And I think like when you get into the merch and stuff, you're getting really serious about it. And I'm just a guy on the internet. I just like half my streams still crash. This one almost did today. I don't know what I'm doing here. It would be cute, no doubt. It would be cute. But I don't know. Uneducated in the VRC optics. I was under the impression you were considered a furry for animal avatars. Yes. But you made it like you made it like a much worse accusation would be levied. You don't do publics? Interesting. I still do a lot of publics. I'll be honest. If you're ever like 100%, I don't mind telling people. I do a ton of like public, like the Great Pug. I love the Great Pug. You can find me there pretty often. Usually really late, really quite late. I'll be in a Great Pug for hours just having conversations with folks. I've got a lot of friends that do public like furry hideouts and that stuff. I'm there sometimes. Those aren't my go-tos though. The Great Pug is like, it has my heart. I love a public Great Pug. Kung Pao chicken. Perfect blend of sweet and spicy. Once saw an NSFW Nanachi wearing Elvira's clothing. Oh, yeah, you gotta be, do not recommend, very awkward. You gotta be careful. I mean, to each their own, just time and place. Don't whip the wrong thing out in the public lobby. It's just, it is interesting. Yeah, pretty much any animal, and I'm gonna cycle some more colors. Let's go purple for a while. I like the purple. Any of the like animalistic or whatever sort of avatar furry features, you're generally grouped in as a furry. But then like within the furry community, there's like preconceived notions about what people are into based on what furry avatar they're using. So it's kind of, I don't know how to explain it better than that, but I'm not saying everyone's that way. I mean, it's like anywhere else, right? We all like, the human mind wants to group people for the ease of understanding. So when you see someone in a Nanachi avatar, you're like, oh, they're into X. And if you see someone in a Hopkin, you're like, oh, which I'm gonna start using words that a lot of people aren't gonna know, but yeah, like if you see a Rex or a Hopkin or a Nanachi, like different bases and styles, and people are like, oh, they do X, Y, and Z or whatever. So yeah, purple. How's it going, Juicy? Grape Das. It's true. Grape Das. Grape and peach. Purple's, yeah, I really like the purple one too. Maybe we'll meet one day. Yeah, maybe. You never know. Like I said, I love hanging out and meeting folks. So I don't like if people just send me a friend request while I'm streaming. I have all my notifications like just turned off because sometimes people get a little weird about that. But if I meet you in a public and we have a good conversation, 100%, or maybe we have some mutuals and we don't even know it yet. Otters are stinky. What do you mean otters are stinky? Oh, I mean, they all have the same ponytail. The brown one? You mean This is like the world coloring in here is making it just a little off, but it's like the hair is like a burnt orange, I guess, and this is like a teal almost. Yeah. I like all these. For folks who've ever been in chat before and seen Vicky Beaver. Vicky Beaver is also in the Discord, and anyway, Vicky Beaver did all the texture work for these, so full props to Vicky on that. Yeah, there's some like subculture within. It's actually incredibly niche and specialized too, because like, so there's like furry, and then it splits because there's like the internet furry culture and then like the con IRL furry culture. There is some overlap, of course, and then there's some things that are unique. And then like within each of those, there's like different species of furry, and then they've all got like their own. Yeah. We just have to like cut it down all the way, you know. I don't even consider myself like an expert in any of it. I'm relatively inexperienced in the furry scene, so yeah. Half the customers you helped today were stinky. Do you have like do you sell deodorant where you work? You could be like, hey, have you thought of Nah, you shouldn't do that. Sometimes people can't help how they smell. It could be medical, and then you might hurt their feelings. Do you know a lot of people? Man. Yeah, my friends list is actually kind of cut down right now, but otter smell in VRC and IRL. Man, Juicy, you're gonna upset some folks. Juicy's a cat. Cat. Don't get the whole furry thing. People are describing themselves as animals. I don't want to be rude, but I'm confused. Well, I think it varies from person to person. There's all sorts of stuff. Like some people create like their own like fursona, right? And so it's a representation of themselves that they use. It's like an artistic representation of them that is usually tied to some sort of animal, be it like IRL. It could be a combination of several animals, or it could be like entirely a mythical creature that they've created themselves, or from mythos or whatever. So I think of it, this isn't a direct parallel, but like, it's kind of like when you go into a video game and you design an avatar, right? Some people design an avatar that looks like one-to-one like them IRL, but some people have like a thing that they always do. So the example I'll use, my brother, he always likes to make like an avatar with blonde hair that's like swept short, a lot of green, like white skin, green eyes. Like he's got this character that he always makes, always. And that's like his persona in video games. If he has a character creator, he's going to make his persona. Even though it may or may not look like him, he's got this persona that he generates every time. So for furries, it's like similar. They've got a fursona, which is essentially their persona, just with animal features that they use to represent themselves, be it in art or comics or at cons, IRL with fursuits, in video games like VR with like an avatar. So it can be like as expansive as they want. It can be applied to everything. Some people have multiple sonas based on like their mood or what they're doing or whatever. So I don't know if that adds any clarity to it, but I think it's just like a representation of self. And some people, like, their sona may not be a representation of them. They may be like acting like when they put on one sona, they may be like really energetic and outgoing and extroverted, and there may be another one that's more like reserved, and they may almost like role play, you know, similar to like a tabletop role playing game like D&D. They may role play differently based on which persona they're wearing at the time or representing. There's a lot to it. Like I said, I'm largely uneducated in it, to be honest, so take what I say with a grain of salt. I was going to jokingly say toss a bar of soap at them and tell them to take a shower. Oof. Sometimes people will get upset. You got to be careful. Yeah, but see, if you had deodorant there, like at the register, you could just be like, "Oh, have you perused our new inventory?" Kind of subtly, you know. My best friend's an otter. Very nice, very nice. See, we're pro otter here. Also, river otters IRL, absolutely adorable. They're so cute. I love watching otters. They swim. Also, I forget where it is, but there's that exhibit. There's like a zoo somewhere where you can go and the otters can stick their little paws through the glass and you can like rub their paws and they'll stick their paws out and like they want you to touch their paws. Oh, they're so cute. Otters are great. Positively focused escapism. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's similar, like, and again, there's a caveat here. There's always a caveat. Remember, there is no statement that's just, well, I'm not going to say that because that's also not universally true. I was going to say there's no statement that's universally true, but like, there is always a subset of people within any group that will give a group a bad name for some reason or another, and that's not a judgment call on my part. That's just the reality of how things are. So that's true. Like, let me think. We can think to like politicians. There's going to be like a politician that takes advantage of their position and gives politicians a bad name. Religious leaders. There may be a religious leader somewhere that takes advantage of their position and gives religious leaders a bad name. Youth leaders, youth groups, there may be, and the same thing's gonna be true for like gamers and internet people and Twitch streamers and furries. There's gonna be like furries that give furries a bad name, but that doesn't mean all people are representative of that subset of people, right? So, to Ike's point, the reason I said all that, yes, positively focused escapism is generally a healthy thing. I would agree. As long as it's positive. And that there's wiggle room for what that means, but, positive is important. I want to make pretty gals. Very nice flow. The least surprising thing you could, yeah, sometimes it's nice to like look at something that, you enjoy. You go through the character creator and make something that you're proud of, and you're like, now I'm going to play this game for 60 hours. I want to enjoy what I'm looking at. That's fair too. I try to hide my true self because I'm weird. No, Flo, you're like just the right amount of, you're not weird. You're interesting. You're unique. You stand out. You're you. You're you. You have an otter in your color? Ooh. Wait, like you have like otter color, like some of your colors are otter? Otter-esque? Didn't want to sound rude? No. There's never anything wrong with asking like clarifying questions, right? There's nothing wrong with that at all. I'm gonna switch back to blue now. So I think, yeah, so Sydney, to your point, I think there's a difference, because there are people who like full on like identify as like they say like, I am this animal. I don't think that a fursona or a furry is always in that category. There's like different degrees of furry, right? So I think that for some people, like their sona is like an artistic representation that's separate from them, that has connection points. So like, again, I think a great comparison is, I've played D&D for like over a decade, and I have a character that has been with me since the beginning. Like that character is like, there are like a ton of ties between me and that character, but I am not that character. Like I don't identify as a wizard, but I play a wizard. So I think for like a lot of people, like a fursona is going to be like that. Like it's something that they play, that they pour parts of themselves into, but but for some people, like it is like a much more deeper, it's much more intrinsic. So there's not like a prescribed way to do it. So that's why I said like, it's degrees. But not everyone's going to fit into whatever article you read or whatever, so you have to, if you're ever unsure, it's best just to kind of like ask and just be like you did, like, hey, not trying to be rude, I just don't understand, like, can you help me out here? And usually people are more than willing to talk about it as long as you approach in like a positive, kind way, like you always do, you know? Mushy Jones! Hello, Mushy, how are you? You give love a bad name. Man, you cut deep, Mushy. You cut deep. Shot through the mush. Bluespra, double D double da. No clue how awkward I can make a gathering get. I underestimate you, Flo. Identifying as an animal is more of a Therian thing. Yeah. Which I still think is like a subset, like depending on how wide a net you cast, it like is a subset of like furry culture. People have different definitions, like how wide that net is varies from person to person. But like just to an outsider looking in, I think it's very hard to distinguish between like Lotharian and furry and like, no, they're like just what is happening, you know? So I think we can't be surprised if people conflate or get confused in those conversations. Yeah, subset. I may have said it backwards, but you know what I meant. I get wrapped up in my brain and get tongue twisted. Live and let live. Honestly, a lot of that, yeah. If you're not harming anyone, do what you want to do. Yeah, Flo, that's happened a lot. There's been a lot of furry hackers that have done various things, and I don't know, it's that I got mixed feelings. I think that I think a lot of times they're like trying to do good, but hacking's always like one of those ethical things, even like white hat hacking and all that. There's a lot of interesting ethical questions that I don't know enough about, like hacking and data protection and privacy, to really come at like an informed decision about where I fall on all that. But yes, those things have happened many times, actually. Man, I didn't think we'd be Tuesday talks. You never know. You never know where they're gonna go. Remember when I wasn't in a furry avatar? Then we just avoided these conversations. That's not what I said, Ike. That is not what I said at all. You know it's not what I said. Yeah, I enjoy the conversations. Like, I know they're not for everyone. I'm sure there are a ton of people who like pop in and they're like, "What in the world? Is this a stream or is this like a lecture? Like, what are they doing?" But I don't know. I enjoy kind of the diving into these topics and having the serious chats. That's why I I never really have a big plan for a Tuesday talks. I'm always just kind of, I'm always waiting to see what direction we just kind of naturally navigate, you know? Because it opens the door to so many possibilities. Wow. I mean, Mushy, it depends on which white hat you're talking about. If you're talking about the white hat that with like a golf hat, you know, I don't know. I don't know if I can co-sign your opinion. If you're talking more like a pointed hat, then 100%. So, you know. New Year and all, but when are you going to take the opportunity to make the maids for Avatar? You know, I don't know. I don't know if there's a future with the the maid avatar. I struggle to visualize it, Flo. I'm a very visual person. I need to be able to picture it. I need to see it for it to come to fruition. I mean, I'm already in just a little tank top. You know, what more do you want? I got my glasses, my tank top, got my little pants, you know. A 2-page apology on my desk by tomorrow. Oof. I'm gonna Chat GPT, I got you. There'll be a 2-page apology on your desk by tomorrow. What was your favorite thing to do on vacation? You don't have to reveal where you went. What was your favorite thing? I mean, my favorite thing, this is a cop-out answer, and if you want something like more specific, like something more tangible, I'm happy to say that. But my favorite thing for the traveling part of the vacation, actually, no. The whole thing, the whole 3 weeks. My favorite thing was just spending time with loved ones, right? People that I don't get to see a lot when I'm at work. So for the 2 weeks that I was in England, you know, spending time with my partner, that's phenomenal. We are, what? I mean, we live across the world from each other. It's an 8-hour flight plus a 2-hour train ride before I can get anywhere near seeing them. So it's, when we do get to spend that time together, like, it's really precious and valuable, and I look forward to it, and I cherish it, and I love it. And, you know, that's my favorite part. And then for the week that I was with my parents, you know, momspra and dadspra, and getting to see, like, my brother and everyone, like, spending time with loved ones, be it a partner or family or whatever. I mean, that's what a vacation's all about for me. Just a chance to rekindle those relationships that have been partially neglected during, like, the work year, during the busy time. Because I am bad about that. Like, I'm really bad at staying connected with people, because I work too, like, I overwork. It's a big character flaw, and so I don't do the best job staying connected with people who matter to me. So that's part of why I'm so intentional. Y'all will notice, like, if I go on a trip, if I'm going to see someone, I really disconnect from, like, the internet, because I want to be 100% there while I'm there, and then I want to be, you know, 100% at work when I'm at work, or 100% here with you when I'm on Twitch. Like, it's yeah, because I don't do a good job balancing, so I try to be really focused on it when I'm there. But I don't know if that answers your question, but that would be, like, the honest answer. Games and comics? I mean, those are great topics. There's endless conversation to be had around games and comics. Those two things, you could talk about those, like, ad nauseum for the rest of your life and never get to the end of those conversations. So those are great topics to talk about. You'll never recover. Flo, what did I do? I don't have, Flo, I don't have the skills to put a maid outfit on this avatar. It's totally outside my skill set. Yeah, there are a lot of depressing topics, Victor. You're right. There's a lot of depressing topics out there. But sometimes they do warrant attention. Sometimes they demand conversation, you know? So it's nice when we can talk about them and give them the time that they deserve. But it's also nice when we can use stream for escapism and get away from all that nonsense and just sit here and be silly and talk about food and games and, you know, things that we enjoy. And if for 3 hours a week we can come together and say, you know what? Put everything else on the back burner. Let's just clown around. That's a huge win. That means that stream was massively successful. You're gonna Discord block me? It would be well earned at that point. I gotta fix that. I don't know why it's doing that. I'll figure it out later. Yeah, England is beautiful. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, iconic, you should. Medicine kicking in, I sleep. Night, everyone. Flo, it was such a pleasure to see you again. Welcome to the new year. Hope that you rest well, and we will see you next time. Bye, Flo. Rest well. Sweet dreams. Goodbye. 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 Movies and TV shows too? The Umbrella Academy. What's it about? That's one that I haven't heard of. The other thing about stream though, so like Tuesday Talks or any stream, I always mean it when I say it at the end of stream. I know people start like literally rolling their eyes, but I always talk about how much I appreciate people's time. More than like, trust me, I appreciate follows, and I appreciate like subscriptions and resubscriptions and raids and all those things. They mean a ton. Like if you've ever streamed, you know they mean a ton. But what means the most is just the time that people spend. And I have this thing that I say once in a while, like we all have a finite amount of time. That is a fact. We have a finite amount. We don't know how much we have. I might only have 1 year left. I might have like, let's be realistic. I might have like 50 years left. But we don't know. But what we do know is we all have a finite amount of it. And so like where we spend our time, it says a lot about like what we think of the people around where we're spending that time. And so when people stop by just to say hi, even if it's for a couple of minutes, if they're just lurking, if they contribute a couple of sentences here and there and then they back off, like that's totally fine. I have no expectations. I'm just appreciative when people spend a couple of seconds around. I'm like, man, that means a lot. Because your time is really precious. Your time is really precious. And I think you realize that like as you get older and older, like you just, time is precious. And so, yeah, I'm always grateful when people stop by. I think the issue is, I think the issue is just that I think I forgot to put a space after the period. So there's a sentence, a non-interactive Discord server for announcing and scheduling streams, period. I think I forgot to put a space. And so it thinks streams dot is a link instead of the actual link. I think it's just a simple oversight on my part. I don't know though. I'll check it out later. Stream Elements is just popping off. Calm down. Any sightseeing? Yeah. We did a bunch of the northern coastal towns. In the UK and then, or in England specifically. Did a lot of time, like in trains kind of going to destinations. And so tons of like pastoral countryside, kind of looking out over the rural areas. A lot of food. Yeah, I mean, a lot of that. I'm a big history buff. I love like going in and seeing really ancient history and that sort of thing. And so anytime I go Europe side, I get really excited because their history is, I think they've done a better job preserving history, and their history, I'm going to say this and I'm going to explain it. Their history goes on further because a lot of the Native American history over here in the United States was kind of destroyed, right? So there's lost history in the US, whereas a lot of the history in Europe is preserved further back. So that's not to say that there wasn't meaningful history in the United States, but harder to find, I think. Shows kind of like X-Men movies where it involves a group of people with special abilities. That's kind of cool. Grateful when your eyes stop by every one of my dumbass comments. I try really hard to at least acknowledge every comment. I don't always do it. Sometimes I miss a few, you know. Sometimes I might like skim one and just kind of respond generally, but I always try to give folks a little bit of time. If you took the time to type it, I should at least take the time to read it. But sometimes in my like, when I get on my soapbox and start lecturing, I may miss a comment here or there. If I ever do, and it was something you really wanted me to see, just send it again and be like, hey, did you see this? And I'll be like, oh, my bad, I'm sorry. Boxing movies, like this kind of boxing. I sat down. I don't know what happened to me last night. I sat down and watched the entire first season of Severance. I think that's what it was called. Yeah, Severance on Apple TV. I don't know where that show's been. It's been out since 2022, and I haven't heard much about it. Oh my gosh, I really enjoyed it. It was really interesting. And I was sitting there watching. I was like, all right, let's go. And then I look, and I see that the show has released in 2022. I'm like, okay, they're probably done with this show. Season 2 coming out later this year. I'm like, what in the world? I have to wait. Why did I start a show that I have to wait to finish? Rocky and stuff like that. Yeah, great. Classic films. Excellent choice. Hey, chill. Hello. How's it going? Welcome to Tuesday Talks, the first one of 2025. It's kind of wild. But yeah, I've really been enjoying. So I've been watching Silo on Apple TV, which is kind of like similar to like Fallout, like the idea that it's like a post-apocalyptic world and everyone's living in like the population was put in these silos. So much time has passed since people were put in the silos that they don't remember why they're in the silos. They don't know what happened on the outside world. They just know that it's not safe to go out. And there's like 10,000 people per silo, and they all have to do their part to keep the silo functioning and blah, blah, blah. Really interesting. It's like in progress on the second season. And then, like I said, I started watching Severance, and I've been enjoying that as well. Classes start tomorrow. Ooh, this is your, is it your junior year? Or into sophomore? I can't remember. Time is wonky in my head. I'm getting old. I can't keep track anymore. I really don't like streams in general. Yes. But you have made such a convincing conversational environment that the strange medium doesn't really matter to me. Really genuinely complimentary this time. I appreciate that you parenthetically note when it is a real compliment. I felt that was a real compliment, though. Don't worry. Yeah, I don't know. I first of all, thank you. Like, that means a ton to me. That means so much. It's such a kind thing to say. And yeah, like those of you that have been around for a while, like this is not like a revelation or anything, but for folks who are new, it doesn't hurt to say it. I originally, when I first started streaming, it was literally, I would turn on stream when I was playing with a friend group because we were sharing our gameplay with other friends who couldn't play. And so that was how stream started. It was just like, we would stream like GTA 5 and Halo, but we weren't streaming for like a Twitch audience. We were streaming for our friends. And so initially, the only time I streamed, it was with a group. And then we started picking up like Twitch followers. And so then that was when we started switching to like GTFO and Vermintide and some of those games. We did the game of Civs, which some of you may remember. We would play like Civ 5 or Civ 6, and we would role play a world leader, but like comically. And we actually did like political smear campaigns and ran them against each other on stream. That was a lot of fun, but all of that was group content. All of it was minimum 4 people on the channel at any given time, always. I was never solo streaming. And eventually Aretheist, who's in chat sometimes, I call him Ari was like talking to me in private one day, and he's like, people enjoy like talking to you. It's like, you should just do talking streams and see how they go. And I was mortified Yo, I was so scared to do a talking stream. I was like, no. I was like, I need other people there talking with me. I was like, I need gameplay. Like, I need something. I can't just turn on a camera and talk. I don't have that in me. But anyway, like, Ari was right. And I don't know what it is about it. Most of the streamers that I really enjoy do the same thing. They just kind of talk with chat. And that's the vibe I like. And so I don't know if I emulated that or if that's just who I naturally am, but that's kind of where I hit my stride as a streamer, was just talking to people, because I'm not like a skilled gamer, I'm not a speed runner, I'm not a randomizer, I'm none of those things. I talk. I think it's in my about me. I think it says that it's like, hi, I'm Daspra, I chat decently and play games poorly. That is that's what I do. But anyway, thank you for the compliment. That was a really long way to say thanks for the compliment. That's kind of the story of how I got here. So Silo is great. Reminds me of like a Nuclear Foundation. Yeah. Silo is really good. It's so good. Juicy, you smushed me. Why did you smush me? The Westworld show. I've heard of that one. I haven't watched it. There's so many shows that I struggle with, like, shows. I struggle to sit down and watch a TV show. My brain will just start getting carried away. I'm like, oh, I've got all these things on my to-do list I should be doing. I'm really working on that. I'm trying to do a little better. But I just call it year 3.5 as I had to retake. Hey, no worries there. Everyone retakes a class or two. So yeah, year 3.5 between junior and senior. Very nice. Well, do you have any classes that you're really looking forward to or you're excited about this semester? Yep, I actually purchased the book. I'm looking forward to reading it. The Civ games have a good modding interface. You know, I've never looked at Civ. No, that would be a lie. We did look at Civ mods because we did that. We did the one where we turned the natural disasters up to like 100. And the point of the Civ game was just to survive. And we were just being decimated by like tornadoes, hurricanes, lightning strikes, volcanoes, floods. It was awful. I am as the kids would say, a yapper. That is true. Quite the origin story. Oh, I'm no hero. Thank you, Victor. That is my origin story, but no hero. I'm just a guy. I'm just some random guy on the internet. We all do our part, you know? I always say that you all are the ones that make a Tuesday talk happen. Otherwise, it would just be me staring at the camera like I would say a few things and then I would run out of stuff to talk about. You all are the ones that bring the interesting conversation and keep the stream alive, you know? Talking is working. I think it depends. Naturally, I'm an introvert. And so I do, like, when I'm interacting with people, so when I'm hosting D&D or when I'm attending D&D as a player, when I'm streaming, when I'm in VR socializing, when I'm at work, when I'm around family and loved ones, right? Like, those are very tiring and taxing things. That is true. But it doesn't mean that I don't enjoy them. So, like, it is work in the sense that, like, I leave it a little more drained, a little more tired. That's true. But I'm also, like, I am a conversationalist. I do like to talk to people. I like talking. I like listening. I like hearing ideas. Even though on stream, I like run my mouth a lot. A lot of times, like, if you get me one-on-one, I'm much more a listener. Like, I love to ask people questions and just let them start talking. I get so intrigued by other people's stories. So, you know, it is work. It's not work. I don't know, but it is tiring, but I do enjoy it. So, oh no. Okay. I'm going to mess your name up. Thank you for the follow. Hello. Welcome to 2025. Let me see. Ooh. Hold on, let me see if I can figure this out. I don't think I'm gonna get it right. Okay, is it? Oh, the pressure's on. Okay, is it Shiki Tojoga? No, that's not right at all. But I tried. I'm sorry. I apologize. But welcome. I'm blushing. I don't know if I got it right. Watching you fuck up in games is funny. Thanks. Yeah, it is. The Great British Bake Off. Learning to cook. When in doubt, pinky out. I'm not a supervillain. Oh, that's fair. If you're the villain, can I just be your assistant? But thanks again for the follow. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. I try. I don't always get it right though, y'all. Shiki Tujoga. Maybe? I don't know. Thanks for the phonetic spelling. I don't know if that helped. I feel like I screw up so many names. It's why a lot of people's names you'll notice I shorten. So it's like Ike, Chill, Iconic, which I just dropped the VR there. Victor, right? Like Mushy. Everyone's names I end up shortening because I'm like, Oh, Mint. I meant working in the sense that it works, not that it's work. Man. Well, that was a soapbox that didn't have to happen. My bad. Thank you for the kind words, Iconic. Thank you, thank you. Maybe play analysis? Acting out some play scenes. Ooh, you'll have to bring some of that D&D TTRPG experience to the table as you act out a character. Our electives needed to do. Personal finance, marketing principles. Yeah, I mean, personal finance, there is never personal finance is always a useful thing to learn about. Always. Even if you think you know it, you should still study it further. Because, like, you can always save a penny or invest better or wiser, like, always. AI art is the future. Don't you know? Don't you know? Yeah. I could see them having different ideas about it. So I assume your business and finance classes will be outside of your department. So yeah, they might be a very different experience than what you're used to. So yeah, moral of that long-winded story. Blame Ari for talking streams. It's all his fault. But I am glad that people enjoy them. Got some D&D style tarot cards from my workplace. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Do you know, like, are you a practitioner of tarot card? Do you know how to do tarot card readings and all that? I started studying and like trying to learn tarot cards a few years ago, and then I, like everything else in life, I got busy and put it down and then didn't pick it back up, but really interesting. I enjoy it. It's kind of cool. That's exactly how they Well, I'm sure it's going to be a good semester for you. I always enjoyed, when I was in school, I always enjoyed taking electives outside of my core major. I thought that it was really interesting just to get like a wider perspective, because it's really easy to kind of get siloed into your own major and like to only get the ideology of your academic field, right? But the reality is that like there is massive internal differences between various fields in academia. And so kind of having that cross exposure and being able to like take concepts from one field and connect them to another, and that sort of synthesis of ideology is really a valuable skill. And so I always enjoyed courses that were outside my core subjects. I don't know. Some people really like to specialize, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm much more like, I like being more abstract and pulling things together than being highly specialized. My brain just doesn't work in a specialized way. Yeah, Victor. That's cool. You don't want to pretend to love NFTs? Some people are all about them, you know? I don't know. Maybe we should launch some NFTs for stream. There's a future there. I can feel it. No. Okay, I'm reading the room. I'm reading there. So Ike is just vomiting in the back, so probably we'll abandon that idea. We'll abandon it. Ike, to your earlier point, I think one of the things that makes like the stream conversation kind of feel really different is like the ease to kind of disconnect from it, right? Because we were talking about this, I think it was last stream, maybe it was 2 streams ago, and I do this all the time. A lot of times when I'm watching a streamer, I'm not just like watching the streamer, right? I might be doing work and I have the streamer on like a second monitor, or maybe I'm playing a different game and the streamer's over there. And so it's really easy to kind of like passively disconnect and reconnect to the stream. And it makes the conversation feel really fragmented and it gets hard to follow, especially on like streams that are just chatting, where there's often multiple conversation threads, and if you disconnect, you like tune back in and you're like, I have no idea what's going on, and you leave entirely. I think that's part of what makes stream conversations feel so weird is well, like when you're talking to someone in person, it's much harder to disconnect because you're like looking at each other, whereas here it's like you can be distracted. I don't know. One of my art professors had to teach them a creativity class. What? They couldn't be creative? 0 effort? Picture of a banana. Wait, there's a picture. There was a photo of a banana. Buy bananas. That's wild. Honestly, though, simple and effective. Buy banana. No DAS NFT. No. Learn stuff in multiple different areas, in the end stuck with drawing. Yeah, so like you kind of, so iconic maybe for you, like having all those different areas exposed, like being exposed to all those different areas within game design. You sort of found the areas that interested you the most, and then you kind of like honed in on that, which also meant that like that diversity of perspective ultimately was a positive thing for you because it led you to an area of interest that you may not have been exposed to if you had just been focused on like coding or, you know, like there's value in like a broader education, I think, as well. Oh yeah, and see, I'm bad about that, Ike, because the whole time I'm streaming, I got this lo-fi blasted in my ears. It's much louder for me than it is for you all. But that helps me not feel awkward about standing in a room by myself with a headset strapped to my head, just talking to a blank wall. You know, it helps to have like a little something in the background. And I know y'all are there, but like we're not. Like the reality is that there's like these windows floating in VR that have your text and things, and like I talk to a camera, and I know y'all are there, but if it's just my voice and silence, I feel a little weird. So I have a little music playing to help me out. Usually when I'm here, I'm engaged or put asleep. Yeah, I mean that's totally fair. Just download the PNG instead of actually buying it. Yeah. Kind of one of the downsides of the... Yeah. But yeah, I also, like, I have no problem if people show up and just fall asleep. There are a ton of people who do that. there are people who use, they've like messaged me privately and told me that they use the Tuesday Talks VODs to help them sleep. And it's not necessarily that it's boring, though it can be sometimes, depending on what we're like. If we're talking about something not in your interest, yeah, it can absolutely be boring. But they just like, yeah, like you just like, you create like with the lo-fi music and you know the conversation and just kind of being there, just that persistent background noise. And I don't do like a lot of jump scares and all that stuff. I try hard to maintain like a persistent and consistent volume and tone and that sort of thing. And so it sort of creates an experience where some people can just use it to get comfortable and relax and fall asleep. That's totally cool as well. Lurkers welcome. But yeah, I don't know. Streams are weird. The snoozing cadence. I want to make that a stream tag on Tuesday Talks from now on. Hashtag snooze cadence. Snooze cadence. I don't know. So I think so, Victor. Like to that point, yeah. I struggle to watch like a Black Ops 6 stream, and it's not because I have an issue with Black Ops 6 or the streamers, but like in that game, for me, when I'm looking for a streamer that I want to spend some time with, I really like streamers that talk and are engaged and that sort of thing. And so, you know, when someone's really focused on a shooter, often they're like really focused on that and they're not really reading chat that much. And so it makes them feel less chat focused and more focused on what they're doing, which makes sense. And there's a lot of people who love that. They love watching streamers who are really focused in on what they're doing, who are exercising skill and showing off like high level gameplay, right? A ton of people are into that. I'm not. And that's the cool thing about Twitch, YouTube. You can find Kick, I don't know, all the places. You can find people that you connect with, and that's cool. Like, I always tell people, every once in a while you'll get someone who will show up and, you know, they're like, oh, like, I don't really like what you're doing here. And my response is always the same. Like, no worries. Like, there are so many other streamers. Find someone who you do like. I would hate for you to sit somewhere where you're not having a good time. I mean, go. Find what does resonate with you. I'm not gonna be like, stay, it'll get better. No. Go find what works. Moshi, no, that's not what I meant at all. That's not at all what I meant. Drawing for a while, but during the course, really put into perspective how much I sucked at the time compared to other people, as well as not comparing myself to other peeps, just focusing on my own journey. It sounds like you learned quite a lot about yourself as well during your education, and that's phenomenal. You know, it's really nice when you can sort of take away not just educational lessons, but like those life lessons too. That's a sign that you probably had, like you said, some really great classmates and some really great educators. Also, Tree, hello. Welcome to 2025. How are you? Every streamer has to do what I like. Grrr. Do I have an angry face? Uh-oh. I didn't mean to click over there. Wait. Every streamer... Oh, I don't think I have an angry face. What? Do I not have one, really? I can do a sad face. Every streamer has to do it. I like. Best I got. Still in 1996, Tree. We gotta get you caught up. There's so many updates, so many patches to your save file. You're gonna be downloading updates all night, Tree. All night. I hope you got fast internet. Wait, why did the fish? So does the fish not work in between the hands? You look like you went to get cereal and found. That is what that face is. Just like, oh, someone ate the last of the cereal. Dude, it's getting worse. Ike, you're falling apart. Walter White. Oh, you're not even playing Call of Duty anymore. Now you're just Breaking Bad. What? You mean you didn't intentionally type power up L upside down question mark Saba? I got some other faces too. I don't think they're as good though. Let's see what. I can just like open my eyes more. Whoa. What else? I can be happy. Happy to see you, Tree. Whoa. There's also the face that no one likes, the aggressive smirk, you know, the yeah. Stop that. No more of that. See, no one likes that one. That one's universally hated. That's the green tea smirk. That is the green tea smirk for sure. You found it, Tree. That's the we're gonna party tonight. We're having green tea. Octo, I don't know what sort of image you sent, but if that smirk reminds you of something that you sent, oof, it's got. I bet it's a good image. Heisenberg's Revenge. That'd be a good game. Someone needs to make a Breaking Bad video game already. That'd be great. Gotta get the formulas right, you know, cook the good stuff. No way that well, I was about to say no way that'd be allowed, but GTA, you do stuff like that all the time. Oh my gosh, you literally make meth in Payday 2. Never mind, that would absolutely let you do that. I haven't played Payday 2 in so long. It had a really good VR mod. It was so fun to dual wield pistols in the VR mod of Payday, because it was such a cool hack. You could be interacting with like the drill with one hand, but still shooting with the other. So you could be doing an objective, but defending yourself. Really fun. Just that ice cream is explosively exiting now. I'm afraid I have to step away and handle this. Oh, they have a game? Oh, it's a parody. Okay. Borderlands art style? I bet that's pretty good. That's true, Octo. That's true. There are times that I'm going to miss having the interactiveness of the Discord, but I just didn't have time to moderate it, and it needed more moderation than it was getting, and none of my mods are paid. They all just graciously volunteer their time. So yeah. It does sound kind of fun, doesn't it, Victor? Imagine for a moment, if you will. Tree, I'm going to dramatically read your comment, okay? This is full credit to Tree for this, y'all. Imagine for a moment, if you will, the one person in the world who you care about the most. Then, imagine their face if they walked in and there you stand, cooking meth. The disappointment would be immeasurable. How sad would you be? How ashamed? Unless they're really into meth, in which case they'd be excited, and that's a different... I mean, it's your story. Imagine it how you want. But regardless, imagine their face. I embellished a little. I hope you don't mind. If you're serious, good luck. Don't forget to wipe. I hope it goes well. You know, the important stuff. Please, may I have some more? There's a PS5 Pro coming out. That was pretty good. Thanks. Yeah, I've been working, it's called acting. By the way, I totally forgot to mention, folks were asking at the beginning of the stream, like what I did over the break and what all I enjoyed. It completely blew my mind. So I did the 2 weeks in England, and I did a week with my family, but then I also, I did a New Year's party. So I did like 2 hours of New Year's Eve, my New Year's Eve into like the actual New Year celebration. 2 hours of that I spent in VR chat and hung out with a bunch of my VR friends, and we celebrated, New Year's a couple of times for different folks, that sort of thing. And then I left VR chat and just got in Discord with like a really close group of friends, and we just hung out and, we played some games, we did some screen shares, we talked, that was so much fun and so nice to do that. So I really enjoyed that. That's kind of my new tradition for New Year's. I do like, winter holiday. My family does Christmas, so I do Christmas with my family, but then I'm always back in time to do New Year with my online friends, my internet friends. I mean, they're my friends. I don't really differentiate between online friends and friends, but my friends. And then after that, this past weekend, my old IRL friend group from high school, we got together online. We can't get together in person anymore because we all have, half of them have kids now and our lives have moved in different directions. But we got together for a day. We met at 10 a.m. online, and we always used to get together and do a LAN party. We would do Halo LAN parties, like overnight LAN parties, and just play Halo all night. Great times. Loved it. Anyway, we got together 10 a.m. and we played until midnight, and we did Halo Online, so Master Chief Collection, and a little bit of Infinite. Most of our time was MCC. We also did like some Jackbox games and things like that. So much fun. I don't know if anyone's ever tried doing that. Like if you used to do LAN parties, if you've tried reconnecting with those groups, even if it's just online, it's phenomenal. Highly recommend it. We had a great time. I should have done an Oliver Twist reference. That would have been good. I messed that up. Sorry. More comics, please. Well, Pat, how are you? It's wonderful to see you. What's up? Not much. Just doing the usual Tuesday talks. You know how it is. We've been sort of bouncing conversation topics all over the place, like we're playing Pong. How are you? How are things? Yeah, we tried to keep in-person gatherings alive as long as we could. They finally kind of stopped. It was around the time we all started hitting our 30s where in-person gatherings eventually stopped. That was a combination of just age. Like I said, several of us have like our own kids and things now in the group. Plus the pandemic hit around that time, and so that put a hold on it for a little while, and so yeah, I do regret that stopped, but and now we live all over the place. We're all across the US. Are we international yet? Not yet, but yeah, we're just too spread out to get together now, but that's what Discord's for, right? But it was a lot of fun. That's cool that your group still gets together, though, Ike. Keep that alive as long as you can. As long as you enjoy their company. That's really special. it's amazing to stay connected with friends from our past. You know, as long as they're healthy friendships and that sort of thing, it's really special to stay connected with them. Because I do think it gets harder to make friends as we get older. Like I just, people have less time, they have more commitments, they're tired after work. You don't have as many social spaces to go to meet people anymore. I think it is much, much harder to make new friends as you get older. It's not impossible, but it is certainly more challenging than when you're in school and there's just a classroom full of kids, you know, and it's like, oh, we'll just talk. We'll be friends. Still on the puzzle game marathon. Have you beat any more since the other day when we were talking? Yeah, they were the dark ages, weren't they? You know, I still have some habits that haven't died from the pandemic. So, like, if anyone, when I go to a birthday party now, if anyone spits all over the cake, you know, when they blow out the candles, I'm like, nah, no cake for me. I'm good. I look back and I'm like, how many times did I eat a cake after someone spit all over it? What was I thinking? That was chaos. What days were we living in? Truly the dark times when it was okay to eat cake that's been spat all over. So that's a habit that stayed with me. I refuse to eat a cake that's been spat all over. Something else that's changed. If I get less than like a certain amount of supplies, I have to go buy more even though I have like a plenty to last. So for example, if I fall below if I have less than 10 rolls of toilet paper, I'm like, oh, writing toilet paper on my to buy list, because who knows the next time I might get to buy some, right? Or like toothpaste, I gotta have like 4 tubes, otherwise I'm panicking. I'm like, oh, might run out. So I just have these like bulk storage areas full of random supplies. Carried a lot with me from those days. Ike, do you think you're grumpier now that you're older? Do you really think so? That's interesting. I think, like, for me, I've mellowed. I think I'm much more approachable. I think I'm friendlier than I was. Actually, I know I am. Like, I was kind of a jerk, like in my high school years. So just interesting how we all change with time, and so it's interesting to hear that you think you're grumpier. Just beat the game I was playing last time. Ah. Congratulations. Was the story as good as you had anticipated? Getting toilet paper was a pain during those times, yeah. Oh, I may have messed the name up. Let me see what I can do here. Is it like Suleika? Suleika VR? Suleika? I hope I got it right. If not, I'm so sorry. But hi. Welcome. I don't think I recognize the name, so nice to meet you. I hope that you had a good new year. And sorry if I messed your name up. More stressed. Oh yeah, stress will do it. Stress will totally cause personality changes, so I get that. When you take classes called differential geometry. I don't even know what the word differential or geometry means, so yeah, I'd be doomed. Got it right? Very nice, very nice. Well, welcome to stream. Tuesday Talks are, we just kind of talk about whatever folks want to. There's not like a plan or anything, so if you have anything on your mind, you can throw it in and we'll talk about it. Haven't been on Twitch in years, but gonna go back to it. Interesting. So you were on years ago and sort of took a step back for a while. What got you interested in coming back? Just missed it or something in particular? Yeah, Victor, I think that it was such a pain to find supplies. That's why I keep things in stock now. So, yeah, I don't know. Thank you for the follow as well. Coming from TikTok in case of the ban. Oh, I got you. So are you content creator and viewer? Are you on both sides of the content train then? Discrete algebra, I have heard of discrete algebra. Vector calculus, nope, don't know it. Partial and ordinary, I do know diffie-q. I remember diffie-q well. Yeah, I started in engineering and I didn't enjoy it, and that's when I moved to what I ended up studying. But I spent like about 2.5, almost 3 years in engineering before I was like, nah, not for me. It actually delayed my graduation by a year. I waited so late to change. So on both sides of it, got you. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about, like, that is the first time I've given any thought to kind of the impact to creators about the idea that TikTok could be banned. Because if it is, like, how many people depend on that for connecting with their audience, for their livelihood or whatever? That's interesting. Yeah. It's good that you have a backup plan. You're thinking ahead. That's very savvy of you. Very savvy. Well, welcome back to Twitch. Hopefully you get to stay on your preferred platform, whatever that may be. But, who knows? None of us know what the future holds. It's all up in the air, I'm afraid. What weird times we live in. Vector calc is easier? I don't know, yeah. DiffyQ kicked my butt. I don't mind admitting that. That was not cute. Calc 2 got me pretty good too. Calc 3 was way easier, but anyway. Yeah, I can't imagine like a retail job during the pandemic. I don't know how you did it. Yeah, true. Mixer collapsed, and all that. There's been a ton of places that just, and then like even like you said, you can't depend on any one place because you never know like if they're gonna change the payment methods and stuff. Like for folks who are full-time content creators, for a while maybe you make 70% of your donos, and then they take another 20%, and now like you're below your livable wage, and yeah, it's good to just have options. That's a fair point. I've thought about checking out like YouTube streaming before, but I don't know. I'm fortunate in the sense that for me it's very much just a hobby. I don't depend on it for my income or livelihood, so I don't have to put as much thought into it, I suppose. I just get to sit up here and be silly for a few hours. Excited for the next game. So which one's next, Pat? Oh, they totally messed the curve up. Oh, there's always that one person. Yeah, always the one person that ruins the curve in a class. Don't depend on either, got a job. Yeah, it's nice because then you honestly, I don't know about you. I think if I were a full-time content creator and that was like how I paid my bills, I think I would be stressed beyond all belief. Like I appreciate the stability of going to work and knowing I'm going to get a paycheck. But the idea that if I don't make good enough content, like people could just dip interest and I could lose everything. It's like, oh, yeah, not for me. No. I don't need that. Don't need that at all. Like building a community and share the fun. So do you mostly do like VR streams, like VR chat and stuff like that? Or do you stream all sorts of games? Or I guess what's your area? And how did you kind of arrive? What's got you sifting through the VR chat category? But yeah, like there was always one person that would mess that curve up. I'll be honest, I was that person in a couple of classes. I was very quiet though. I never admitted it. I was like, ooh, I don't need to make any enemies today. I thoroughly enjoyed all of my time in like university though. It was even the engineering classes that I didn't end up using. I met a lot of really interesting people, a lot of passionate like educators and professors and things. Yeah, and then grad school, because I did grad school as well. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed being around people who were passionate about like their research and what they were doing. It was, for me, like passion is very contagious. If I'm around someone who feels passionately about something, I get excited and passionate just off of like secondhand passion, So it's nice to be around folks who are equally passionate about things. got you more into it. Uploaded videos in the stream. Upload it rarely, but when I started out, but when I met my boyfriend, he got me into it. Very nice. So you're kind of what I was just talking about. Someone was passionate about something and you caught some of the passion for it. That's kind of cool. Nothing wrong with that. Well, I don't know how long you've been back, but welcome back to Twitch. Hopefully it'll treat you well, you know? It's like anywhere else. There's good folks and folks that you don't necessarily vibe with, so just keep sifting through and you'll find those folks, the communities and folks that you do vibe with. And yeah, oh, you got back today. It's your first day back. Well, welcome back. Happy New Year of Twitch. College goes heavy into the C is a good grade mindset. Interesting. C is a good grade. Yeah, that's, I mean, it's supposed to be average, right? I don't, So it's cool to see everyone get their moment. Yeah. I bet it is. Engineering classes were also like a little smaller. They were fewer people than like a lot of the general education classes. So they were really nice because you actually got a chance to get to know your classmates. There was also a lot of those cooperative problems and things that you'd work through together. So I always enjoyed them for that. But that was around the time that I learned that I wasn't as like math and science focused as I thought I was initially. I actually have a lot more love for like humanities and social sciences and things like that, which is unfortunate because they don't pay very well. But, you know, we like what we like. So, and there's more to life than money for sure. You really have to enjoy what you're doing. That's important. At least for me, that's important. Gonna check out some more awesome fairies. Have a great stream and see you next time. Yeah, thanks so much for stopping by. Thanks for the follow. Welcome back to Twitch, and yeah, I hope you find all sorts of amazing folks to connect with. So be safe out there. Goodbye. Ooh, I was sweating. My headset just kind of like my headset just grossly popped off my face. Ooh, so you like to write and you like the tech side. So, you know, there's an interesting intersection there of technical writing. I feel like you and I have talked about this before. Like, technical writing is such a place where they struggle to get really proficient people because the people who are really into tech don't like to write, and the people who like to write don't always like the tech stuff, and the people who like that have that overlap, that's like a really like a much needed area. You know, the ability to take something really technical and then write about it in a way that the masses can understand. There's a lot of demand from what I recall for people in that area. So next up is the next game that's up 16 mystery case files. The Revenant's Hunt, since I haven't played it yet. All I know about the story is it's about a guy coming back from the dead for revenge. Ooh, so it sounds like it's got a scary element to it. Interesting. And Toasty, hello, how are you today? Welcome to 2025. Hope you're doing well. We missed you at the Halo party. I know you had work and stuff, but we missed you. Boom, 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 boom. We were talking about the Halo party earlier. We had a good time. We did a little MCC, a little Infinite, did some Jackbox games, that sort of thing. There's actually talk of us trying to meet maybe a little more often, like maybe once a month or twice a month, and just maybe not for like a whole day, but maybe just a few hours and like connecting and playing some games. So who knows? Maybe there'll be some chances more often than just once a year. You never know. Never know. But yeah, kind of like what I was talking about at the beginning of stream, I'm going to just sort of hit through the highlights one more time, just because because the folks who are here now weren't necessarily here at the beginning. A lot of people do like a state of the stream address and things like that. I don't think that far ahead, nor do I have that much to talk about to dedicate an entire stream to it. But I thought we would just touch on some of it today throughout the stream. We've hit on it like once or twice lightly, so just one more time for the later crowd. Like I'm mostly focused on just trying to kind of return to basics, to simplicity. I don't want to overthink streaming. I don't want to spend all my time working on things outside of stream. Like I get too focused on the administrative side, and I don't do as much of just having fun, and it burns me out. You know, I have a finite amount of time, a finite amount of energy, and if I use it all on, you know, moderating this and planning that and blah blah blah, I'd rather just kind of hang out, chat, play some games that I enjoy, that sort of thing. So we're simplifying, we're trimming some fat, that sort of thing. There's a new Discord. I think most of you have already seen it or are aware of it. It doesn't have any like interactive elements to it. It's entirely automated. It just announces when I'm live, that sort of thing, announces when VODs go up. I schedule upcoming streams there, but no more voice channels, no more text channels that are interactive, because I don't really have the time to be moderating a Discord server full time. And then, yeah, I think we're going to focus just more on just playing games that we enjoy, you know, like just hanging out, playing some Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask or whatever. Like, so, yeah, just going back to the original idea of the channel, which was, hey, I like to play games and I like to talk. It would be fun to do both. And it is just a hobby, right? It's not, I don't have to like do it in a prescriptive way. If it feels like a job, then it's kind of lost its luster. So I'm gonna be just focusing on having a good time. So I think that's kind of the main takeaway of and yes, I'm aware that link is being funky. I'll fix it after stream, but yeah, I think that's kind of the main thing now, is just relaxing, having a good time, just playing games and having a good time and hanging out. That's really what we're after this year. So and it's already shown in what we've done. Like I got a chance to like use a recompiler to play Ocarina of Time, 60 frames, that sort of thing, HD texture packs. All that stuff was so much fun, and I just had a blast doing it. Looking forward to doing more stuff like that. So yeah, Halo Infinite is still a thing. I don't know for how much longer, but it does exist. It's like, it's not a bad shooter. It's just not it doesn't feel like Halo. It feels like Call of Duty with a Halo skin. The people I was playing with, they're like, well, if you ever want like the next Advanced Warfare game, here it is, right? It's not a bad shooter. It doesn't feel very Halo, and that's fine. Like, it's clearly done better than other Halo titles. So a lot of classes are frustrating though, because I get into a humanities class and have to read the material and what to discuss, but I feel bad because I wind up in a convo with my teacher, which I wouldn't do if it was just a bunch of engineers and artists too uninterested to talk. Oh, yeah, because the specialization of this, that's fair. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't discourage you from doing what you're interested in, though. That's, like, if you want to have that conversation, it's still fun to explore, even if, I don't know. Don't, try not to feel bad for, like, your interest and what you want to focus in on, you know? It's hard to do sometimes, but unfortunate timing. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I think it would be cool for us to try and reconnect though more often, you know. I think there was a lot of interest in it, so we'll see. Hey, Lost, how's it going? Fun isn't allowed. This is strictly business. Urgh. I wouldn't say scary, but all the mystery case file games involve mysteries of a supernatural nature. So almost like, more like, well, no, because like the Cthulhu mythos is still kind of scary. Supernatural nature. So it's a mystery, but with a supernatural flair to it, and you kind of like piece the elements together. Mm-hmm. Lost. The only ads that are present on stream are the beginning intro ones that Twitch makes me run. All the optional ads are turned off. Same vibe as that. Yeah, I could see that. Destiny 2 style vibes. Yep. I think that was part of the core problem for Infinite, was that it failed to differentiate itself enough from other shooters. It wasn't a bad shooter. It just felt very similar. Like, if you go back and play some of the older Halo games, they play totally different. They're slower paced. They're very clunky. I think as a result of some of that slowness of the old Halo games, like, there is more of a thoughtful tacticalness to them than, say, like just a sprinting shooter style game, you know. But now that sprint is like a default option for everyone in Halo, used to you didn't sprint in Halo, you just like walked, right? And it that pacing even made a difference. The size of the maps, the Halo maps were huge. You think about OG Blood Gulch. I mean, it was clean to the other side. You'd have to walk across, you know, and there was something different about that. I don't know. Maybe it's just nostalgia for me. I acknowledge that influences a lot of my perspective. But yeah, it felt different. And Infinite was a good shooter, but I don't think it differentiated itself from the masses well enough. And I think that was one of its big issues. So I don't know. I'm not a game critic, and I don't pretend to be one. So. And then I think the other issue, another big issue, is like the season pass model. I don't know. I think the season pass model is kind of dead. And every game does it now, and it's like, freaking Game of the Year released all content, own release. Like, here is all of Baldur's Gate 3, enjoy. Like, after it came out of alpha, right? The final release. Here is the game. Enjoy the game. And people are like, whoa, this is amazing. So, I mean, I'm a rambler as well, so, you know, rambling welcome as far as I'm concerned. But yes, some people don't appreciate that. I do know that, so, yeah. I was trying really hard not to be like a streamer. We are now adding all the ads back in as much as possible. Unless, if you want to avoid the ads, you can subscribe to the channel. I was like, oh, I could do it. I could really I could give like a jab there, but yeah. Yeah. Toasty, I agree. Gears 1 through 3 remaster with just that old PvP. I mean, man, you remember the rush that you would feel when someone popped over a ledge with the shotgun and you were like, oh, and you just knew. And you knew, or you'd be sneaking across the map and there'd just be a single long shot and your head would just explode. I mean, there was just something like so visceral about that Gears multiplayer. Yeah, for folks who've been subbed for less than a year, I'm afraid that they can only send one message every 5 minutes. Yeah, that's just kind of, that's just the rules of chat. I've really been on the fence. I've had a complicated relationship with with being an affiliate channel. You know, for about half a year, actually about 9 months, I think, we were affiliate, and I actually contacted Twitch and had the channel demonetized for a while. And I did that to remove the ads, and because I felt bad, people were constantly subscribing and resubbing even though I wasn't streaming, and that felt kind of, I try not to curse too often, but that felt kind of shitty. Like, you all were like throwing money at me, and I was like, I'm not doing anything to earn this anymore. Like, there were months where I didn't make any content, didn't stream at all, and I was like, so I actually demonetized the channel. And sometimes I think about, I mean, it's better that way because there's no ads, but we also lose a lot of quality of life stuff. So like the ability to change the quality of the stream, if people have slower internet, if you're not affiliate, that's not a guarantee. There are times where that's not accessible to non-affiliates. Channel points are lost, which when we're using those are a lot of fun for people. You know, a lot of folks really enjoyed them. how long Twitch will save a VOD for you is greatly reduced. It goes from like 2 months to 7 days or something. So there's this, they incentivize it for creators not just through the ability to make money, but through a lot of other things as well. I also think that affiliate channels get increased bitrate, so they can have a higher quality stream. It's all kinds of stuff. Slow chat is psychotic. I mean, I don't know if I'd call it that, but it's interesting. It's certainly interesting. Ooh, good stretch. My lower back popped on that one. Nice. Oh, weird. Oh, that's cool. Huh. But yeah, I don't know. Point being, state of the stream is we're here to stay this year. I hope to stream more this year than I did last year. But I'm going to spend more time streaming and less time like managing a Discord server or planning events, or I'm just going to stream. Back to basics. Also, there's a new Civ game coming out this year. Odds are we're going to end up we're going to end up revisiting Game of Civs. I'm pretty excited. I think I've convinced Stream Team to come back for a Game of Civs. What? What? Mushy, what are you saying? Mushy, what are you saying? I'm not even gonna read that out loud. Not even reading it. I didn't like that. I don't like when they do that like really loud sound at the end of a lo-fi song. Like, the point of lo-fi is to be so chill and relaxed, and you're just gonna have a why? Why? All right. Who's typing at Mushy's computer, and what have you done with Mushy? Who's there, and what have you done with Mushy Jones? Oh yeah, I've heard that's like really widely anticipated, the sequel. Were you a big fan of the first game, Victor? I've watched a couple of like YouTube videos on it, like non-spoilery ones. But oh, is it Utu typing? It's funny you mentioned that. I was trying to sleep the other night, and my Discord started exploding. It was like bing, 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 bing. And it was just like over and over. Well, I mean, it was on vibrate, so it was bzz, 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 and I was like, what the hell? It's like someone really wants my attention. And finally, I was like, I can't take it anymore. So I grabbed my phone, right? I'm laying in bed, and I look, and it's Mr. Wednesday, who comes by stream sometimes, and the messages are \, enter, \, enter, \, enter, enter, \, and it's just like hundreds of messages that are just backslashes. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? And so I was like, I don't know if he's trying to do a prank or what. I didn't even say anything. I just muted his DM for the night and went back to sleep. The next day I woke up and they're all gone. I mean, there were hundreds of them. He had to go through and like delete them manually. Hundreds. I was like, what happened to the backslashes? What were you doing? And he was like, oh, my cat knocked my keyboard off in the night, and it just happened that it was on like your DM. So it could be Utu, because Wednesday's cat was talking to me the other night, so who knows? Could be Utu. The Sonic 3 movie? Wait, there's a Sonic 3 movie? Octo, this is the first I've heard of it. Is it good? Is it gonna have the Is it gonna have the same meme about Sonic's feet? Played it day one of your favorite games of all time. Oh, so you must have like some serious anticipation for the sequel then. Oh, Toasty hasn't watched it, so no spoilers. No spoilers. Spoiler-free zone. Spoiler-free zone. No spoiler. Keanu Reeves voices Shadow? Huh. I can just never like. I can see Keanu Reeves in I don't even remember what the movie's called anymore. The one with the bus that's gonna blow up, and then I can see him in The Matrix. That's it. Those are whenever I think Keanu Reeves, I just think of those two films. Oh, I guess he's also John Wick, isn't he? Sanic. What are you doing here, Toasty? Get your butt to a cinema in the daytime and go watch it. Oh, is it in VRC already? Dang. You could. There, you know, I'm not the hugest. Yeah, Speed, that's the one. Thank you, Toasty. I'm not the biggest fan of like watching a movie in VR chat, but it is like you can get like a big screen experience, and if you get the right speakers or headset, you know, you can have a good movie experience. I don't know. I guess maybe I need to get like some really buttery and salty popcorn and have it in my lap while I'm watching in VR. Maybe that would make me feel more like I'm watching a movie. Mushy, why do you not like Sanic? Oh, it's definitely been a better, yeah, it's a better decade for Sanic for sure. Oh yeah, he was in Bill and Ted too, wasn't he? I know he's been in a ton of stuff. For me, he's very typecast into The Matrix. Just that, yeah. Secret level as well. Dang, I didn't know that. Huh. Eggman. You know, we did a I don't remember how long ago it's been now. We did a Sonic Adventure 2 battle playthrough on stream a couple of years back. I think that's old enough that there's no VODs of it, because I didn't start doing YouTube VODs until last year. Point with my thumb. Last year. But yeah, we lost a lot of good content. Good content, air quotes. Sorry, we lost a lot of content. You can watch it full screen on desktop mode in that. Oh, I did not know that. That's interesting. Huh. Toasty, you may have just changed my opinion of that world a little bit. You're a bug now? Nirvana, what do you mean you're a bug? Also, hello, how's it going? What do you mean you're a bug now? I thought you were an emperor. The Emperor of Cyrodiil. How can you become a bug? Was it magic? Did a wizard cast a spell on you? Happy New Year, by the way. Welcome to 2025. I hope you're doing well. Hey, quick reminder for everyone. No one was banned or blocked or anything from anything. Okay, I just got rid of the old Discord. No one was banned, blocked, nothing like that. There's a new one. There's one that I don't have to moderate anymore. So you are bug, New Year bug. What kind of bug? Are you a ladybug? Are you a praying mantis? Are you a beetle? Beetle. Yeah, except the ones who were banned and blocked, but that they won't know because they won't be able to join chat. It was so good. Toasty, it was so good. The Chao Garden? Yes, or Chao, I forget. I don't know, I always said Chao growing up, but I think it's actually Chao, but I don't know. So good, right? You could depending on which characters interacted with them would influence how they were aligned, and then you could take them and do karate and racing and stuff. Oh, it was so good. A torch bug. Ciao. Mushy nose. Ciao. I don't know. That's a good question. If I ban someone on Twitch, can they still watch it and they just can't talk? Or can they just not access the channel anymore? I don't know. As far as I'm aware, I've never been banned from a channel on Twitch, so I don't know. They're full on quoting Sanic now. I'm out of my league. Out of my league. They just can't talk. Got you. I just realized it was the 7th. It's gonna be a long day for. Yeah, you got big plans today, Pat? Some chow mein sound. Victor, we always bring it back to food, don't we? Oh, it does sound so good. Man, maybe I'll get some like good takeout tomorrow. That could be good. You have been banned? So so from the places you've been banned, you just can't talk, but you can still see the stream. I got you. I've come to make an announcement. I'm not gonna say the rest of it. We're just gonna stop it there. Toasty, you couldn't have chose a better place to stop it. So. Oh, floor pasta. Excellent. We were running low, Green King. Thanks. Can one volunteer someone else's tribute for the scientific? Yeah. We'll volunteer Mushy. We'll ban Mushy. Nothing wrong. Hey, Victor, you please never apologize for talking about food, because it's one of the easiest ways to make me happy is to talk about food. You could also give me food. That also makes me very happy. Just don't poison me. Error. Mushy, what are you doing? Mushy, why are you making that face? Lurker bot. Yeah, I mean, I think the core thing is that you can no longer contribute to chat, because usually people are banned because they're like breaking the rules through their text interactions, right? They're typing something they shouldn't, or they're spamming, or they're all caps, or like there's something they're inputting that's against the streamer's rule set, right? So it makes sense that they could still watch, just not type. A ban is essentially, I guess, losing the ability to type and contribute to the conversation. Can't follow? Interesting. Okay. Yeah. I probably need to do some research on that. I should know more about the platform that I stream on. That is probably prudent. I just hadn't really thought about it much. Like I said, as far as I'm aware, I've never been banned, so I hadn't given it a lot of thought. Eggman's announcement, but rated G. Yeah. I think it just depends. Like, I think if it depends on the streamer, it depends on the community, it depends on how active the chat is, it depends on the written rules. Like, some people have in their rules no cap spam, and that's like a big deal for them. I don't mind. Like, if you come in and you're making a dramatic point and you give me like an all cap sentence, Now, if you write in all caps all the time, like constantly, and just spam it, I might be like, hey, like, calm down. Because a lot of people attribute tone to all caps. And if you're always all capsing, they might think you're being angry or something, you know? So, but I wouldn't just default to banning. I'd be like, hey, do you mind like using some lowercase letters in there once in a while? Like every other, you know? E for everyone. Yeah, true. That is the video game rating, isn't it? Not trying to be rude or an a-hole. Thanks for clarifying. But is your character the alien rabbit that came out for Nickelodeon? No, it's actually, this character is actually based on, and that's not being an a-hole, by the way, no worries. The character is based on Nanachi from the anime Made in Abyss. So that's the original base is that, and then I've had it like heavily altered with different clothing and colors and stuff, but Nanachi, N-A-C-H-I, from the anime Made in Abyss. Yeah, it actually does have some similarities. I could see that. Yeah. How's it going, by the way? Welcome to the new year. Have you looked at the game Liar's Bar? I have looked at it some. Yeah, we might. I was wondering about trying to convince them to play it. I think we could have some fun. Right, that makes sense. See, Ike, it's so much better when you type it that way. Tomato is a fruit, and then ketchup is a smoothie. I mean, yeah, and salsa is also a smoothie, right? Can't unsee it. Can't unsee it. Hey, it's all good. If it helps, I don't know if it helps at all. I've got a very different tail than a rabbit, so I don't know if that helps. Sometimes that helps people not feel so. It doesn't feel quite as rabbit-ish when they see the tail, so I don't know if that helps. Also, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah. You see me how you want. That's the main thing. Yeah, I can just. I can move all around. I just stand here and like wiggle back and forth, but I can move a bit, you know. Cease your rabble rousing. Yeah, you did it exactly right, precisely. Man, we're really all over the place today. I love it. This has been a great Tuesday talk. Oh, I see, Pat. I see. Yep. Are you gonna do like some sort of a memorial, or is there some sort of a gathering or something like that? I hope it goes well. Thought of a mind-bending question. What's up? Always rousing. Always. Always. I expect nothing less. The Amogus fingers? These? We got a full lobby. Yeah, iconic. I was hoping no one would notice. I was hoping no one. Is it? Oh, it is kind of. It's kind of otterish. Yeah, a little bit. Technically, it's a sport. Ketchup is a sports drink. Okay, now we're getting somewhere because see, there's logic. Ketchup is made up of sugar and a fruit. Yeah. So ketchup is basically Gatorade, right? Or Propel, your choice. G2. If the word wrong in the English dictionary is spelled wrong, then would it technically mean that it's spelled wrong? Oh, Victor, why? Victor, oh, Victor, it's almost 3:30 in the morning. Why are you asking me questions like that? Every time I join in on a dash stream, there is food debate in chat because Toasty, that's what brings us together. The food. We like to eat. We like to cook. We like to drool over food. We like takeout, takeaway. We like food. You know, a little food. Gatorade, exactly, just like that. Perfect. You got it. It's really yeah. It's concentrated. You gotta add a. It's one of those sports. It's more like a sport puree. You have to add a bit of water to it and kind of make it more of a drink consistency. What? Mushy. Hamburger is definitely a lasagna. I would agree with that. Or is lasagna a hamburger? If two witches would watch two watches, which witch would watch which watch if two watches, one watch each? Holy crap. I almost made it through it without slowing down. If two witches would watch two watches, which witch would watch which watch if two watches, one watch each? I don't know. Y'all are blowing my mind. Look, I'm too old, and it's too late. I don't know. The first one. For sure. One of my many shower thoughts or something. Oof. Chili and cornbread. Oh, I love cornbread. And is Green King, did you have like a spicy chili or is it more like a sweet chili? Bean based, meat based? What are we talking? What kind of chili are we talking here? A pirate walks into a bar with a steering wheel on his pants. Okay. The bartender says, "Hey, you've got a steering wheel on your pants." And the pirate says, "Arr, I know, it's driving me nuts." Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Toasty, are Pop-Tarts sandwiches or are they ravioli? Not an event or anything? Gotcha. It's just an emotional day. Well, I hope the day is what you need it to be. You know, if you spend it sort of in thoughtful meditation about your friend, or if you surround yourself with mutuals and y'all do something in remembrance, or you know, I hope the day is what you need it to be to help you out. So yeah. Corn can also be considered a fruit. Oh, well, I guess because it contains its own seed. Yeah, anything that contains its own seed is a fruit, right? Wait, does that mean I'm a fruit? Both are sandwiches. Oh, so you're making the case that ravioli is also a sandwich. That's fair. So then, like, is a calzone a sandwich? They got stuff on the inside, mushy. They got like a fruity paste, or sometimes a sweet paste, like a paste in the middle, and it's like surrounded by like really hard pastry, I think. If you put a hot dog in the freezer, does it become a chili? Absolutely. Yeah, then you got a chili dog. Chili dog, chili dog. I want to hear the hamburger lasagna logic. It's just not, it's not parsing, it's not computing out here. Yeah. Oh, Ike, you gotta put in a dash of imagination, you know? Speaking of, I need to get some more Mrs. Dash. It's, you know, it's I may mess the name up. If I do, I apologize. Otmir Drellington? Otmir Drellington? Dreadlington. I'm sorry if I messed your name up, but hello, welcome. I don't know if I have seen the name before around here, so I hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good new year. You are all like the stars in a blackened sky. Together you illuminate the void. Oh, what a lovely thing to say. Thank you. That's very kind. And see, you're part of chat right now, so you are also illuminating the void. Yeah, welcome. Fun fact, the loading icon on your PC is called a throbber? Is it really? Not even saved as an animation, it's saved as fonts. What? Oh, I guess because that's before you really have like the GPU online? I don't know. No? What do you mean no? What do you mean? Pop-Tarts are a room temperature hot pocket. Yeah, Green King, am I? If our definition of a fruit is anything that contains its own seed, right? Isn't that a fruit? Does that mean... It's a good question, is it not? I don't know. Man, we've really been all over the place today. It's been a lot of fun though, you know? It's been good. A hot pocket can be used as self-defense. And they're like... They basically... Automod's like, whoa, Ike, slow down with that one. Yes, Nirvana, what's up? Yeah, you just take it and kind of just get it really like boiling lava hot and then just attack with it, you know? Automod was like, I don't know, talking about loins. God, okay, yeah, I'm with Toasty here. Because once you lose the hot pocket, you can't put the bits back in the pocket. It's gone. It's gone after that. Then you just have a sad pocket. How uncouth. It would reference loin. Loin. I got no idea where. Am I more into e-girls or i-ladies? More of I was more in like to the iPod, but you know. It's, you know, we all do what we can. You come here to acquire information on me. Oh my gosh, that is. I am so sorry. That is a boring task. If that's your task, I'm not that interesting. Not that interesting at all. I'm sorry. It sounds tedious. Also, Echo, hello, welcome back. Happy 2025. How are you? What? I've been deemed not a threat. Good, good, good. I'm glad. I don't know what I'm not a threat to, but I like to think I'm a threat to simple things. Like I'm a threat to a bowl of pasta, you know? I'm a big threat to a bowl of pasta. I'm a big threat to a to-do list. Put one of those in front of me. Let me tell you something. Unsorted laundry, I'm a big threat to, you know? But no, an empire? No. I am not a threat. Most cloudiest of nights. Yeah, Pat. Absolutely. Green King, I mean, you know, from like a trivia perspective, not a weird thing to know. From like a national security perspective, maybe a weird thing to know. I don't know, you know. I think it depends on the lens that we're talking about, you know. Like, are you studying for Jeopardy? If so, well done. Keep up the good work. Are you using it for, you know, constructing something that you shouldn't? I don't know. Maybe that's weird. I am a threat to unbitten ankles. That is true. My to-do list? Go fight. No, it can't be fighting. I don't have any fighting skill. It's got to be like go lecture them for a while. I could do that for hours, you know, like a solid lecture. I got you. Primed for ankle biting. Rah, 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 rah. Ah. Perfect height for it. True. 2 billion calories. Random fact that you learned. So it's like trivia-esque. Fine, that's fair. That's a lot of calories. Man, don't eat that, huh? I've not been bitten before by a furry. Have y'all got your rabies shots? Well, I mean, I've got mine. So I should be good, right? You need a rabbit shot for this one. Could you imagine if like you were renting an apartment for a while and then you were moving out and they were coming to like give you your security deposit back and they're like, why are there bite marks on the wall? Like you didn't have a pet and you just like stare at them and they like realize they piece it together that you've just been biting the wall. It's like, what's a rabies? It's like the foam that you put on top of the coffee, you know? So sorry, I was in VR. That excuse doesn't work for many things. I'm just gonna be upfront with you. Should get a rabies shot? I mean, yeah, you're supposed to get them. No, actually, rabies isn't one that you're supposed to get all the time. You only get a rabies shot if you're exposed to it, right? Or if you work in a high-risk environment. But rabies isn't one that we are supposed to, like, tetanus is the one you get every, like, 10 years or something. Yeah, Pat, I appreciate that. I know, it's not just foam. Rabies is a very serious... Okay, rabies is a serious thing. It's a disease that's carried by warm-blooded mammals. If you get it, it's life-threatening. It can make, like, it's really predominant in North America in, like, possums and raccoons and other sort of mammals. Bats tend to carry it a lot as well. You can tell because animals will act really aggressively or unusually. They'll approach people closer than they normally would in the wild. If you ever get bitten by any mammal, you should go get tested for rabies and potentially get the vaccine. Full disclosure, that's the real thing. It's not just foam on top of a coffee. Let me be very clear. Does that make it better or worse? It makes it worse just to be like, oh, I was just in VR and I was just biting my wall. Bit 3 times? Oh my God, Toasty. Yeah, you should go. Yep. Thinking of video on VR before I checked to see if you were still on. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I enjoy my time in VR. Unfortunately, I wish I could stick on VR like after stream tonight, but I actually have a few IRL things I need to take care of post stream. So good thing I'm cold-blooded. Man, that is you just one up to the you just one up the rabies crowd there. Man, who would have thought that we'd be all over the place like this today? It's been a really good stream, though. Had a great time. Well, we have reached that point. Once again, there's a Discord. There should be, you can do exclamation Discord, or you can get it from the About Me below. It is entirely automated, so you have to like self-select if you want roles about when I go live on Twitch or when I post a VOD or anything like that. There's no like voice channels or talking channels. It's just a scheduling and announcement server. That way I don't have to moderate it because I just don't have time to moderate a Discord server. So, but anyway, the next thing that I'm going to be streaming will be Thursday, 12:30 a.m. Eastern time. The plan is we just finished Ocarina of Time on the last stream. Of course, we did our Tuesday talks today, and then we'll be picking up Majora's Mask, and we'll be doing the same thing. We'll be running it through a recompiler, running it at like 60 frames, widescreen, HD texture pack, kind of giving it a little facelift along with some quality of life improvements. It's not a randomizer, it's not a speed run, it's none of that. It's just an old person exploring a game that reminds him of his childhood. So, you know, if that sounds interesting and watching me struggle with it, you are welcome to stop by. And then, yeah, I'll be putting the next couple of streams scheduled in the Discord server later tonight after I knock out the other stuff I got to do. But thank you all so much for stopping by. We've got so many follows today, several raids, we got some resubscriptions at the beginning of stream. All that support means the world, but like I always say, most of all, your time. I just really appreciate you spending some time here. It really, the conversation is so much fun. I don't know if you can hear it in my face. I smile almost the entire time on a Tuesday talk stream because it's just so much fun. I actually genuinely enjoy it. So anyway, I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Maybe I'll see you at the next stream. Until then, be safe, be kind, take care, and I will see you later. Yeah? Cool. I gotta walk to my computer to end stream, so I'm gonna go over there and do that now. Whoa! Yeah. My emotes are messed up? Are they really? Oh, they are. Wow. Man, that's weird. Huh. Peace out. Yeah. More Sanic. Enjoy your Sanic. Yeah, y'all take care. Good night, everyone. Goodbye.